Yo, what's up guys? Can you hear me? About to get started here in 1 second. Alright, there it is, guys. Welcome back. Good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Back in the saddle. We are leveling up my Paladin today. Level 47 at the moment. I've had a rough time trying to get the stream set up. I just moved into a new place and getting my computer set up and everything working has been such a pain in the ass, but I think we're there. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Hopefully. As you can see, I'm leveling my Paladin, not my Hunter. I've unfortunately had to retire my Hunter. He has a bunch of the high impact recipes on him. Somebody had to take the L. So we're racing a Paladin up. I don't know if I'm gonna get there in time for MC for the trash farm this weekend. I'm really hoping I can. But yeah, life's been kicking my ass a bit recently. Not anything bad, just you know, baby, new house, all that stuff. Good to see everybody. Yo, Slimy, good to see you, man. No Scope, how's it going? So, yeah, welcome back, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have been enjoying the event so far. Still pretty solid viewership, right? Lots of people watching it. Joker's still playing. Stay Safe still playing. You know, rest in peace, Crix. He just died the other day. Haven't lost too many 60s. Event's going well. At the same time, it's been a really almost like full-time type of thing. Just doing the back end part of the event, but I'm enjoying it, man. I'm just happy it's working out. Immersive add-ons MC run when? Yeah, Action Cam Andy days. You based in New York? I was. I'm still very much a New Yorker at heart. We just had some friends visiting us from New York, but no, I'm a California Andy now. Hey Duan, thank you for the 100 bits, my friend. Yo, you guys can hear me okay as well? Audio's not too messed up. 11 R2R so far, man. Just hit 52 on my Moonkin. Gonna run Marathon later tonight. Yo, I'm still looking for a Mario group, man. If you're down on this pally, I can tank, heal, or DPS. Maybe not. Maybe not tank. Mara and beyond is when it starts getting spooky, huh?
Let's go. Rip Crix. You
can say that all the way up until Mara. You know, you can do Ulda and ZF and stuff. Am I in LA? No, I'm in the Sacramento metro area. I was in the Bay Area. But wifey and I just sold our starter home recently. We moved into the went a little bit north. Still got the farm. Yo, what up, Crix? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you, my man. Sorry about the death again. It was nice doing that podcast with you. Yo, thank you for the 100 bits again, Duan. But yeah, this is, we're pretty much in the mud right now. If you ask me what is the most painful stretch of levels on any class, and in any stretch of levels in the game, all day, every day, it's going to be 45 to 50 on Paladin. And we are smack dab right in the middle of it, 47 and change. This is... I appreciate the company, let's just say that, because it's not fun. Not fun. Dog shit weapon progression. Thankfully we have this nifty guide, but literally any class just miserable. True, but some are more fun than others, you know? I guess Warrior, it starts to get a bit rough too, huh? Your little wombo combo with sweeping strikes and mortal strikes starts to fall off a bit. But the thing is, Warriors have weapon progression still. I don't think it's that bad for him, because if I was a Warrior right now at 47, what would I be super hyped for? What would just be on my mind? And what I might even already have it. Maybe not. Maybe it's a little bit low. But there would be one thought and one thought only on my mind if I was a 47 Warrior. That is double Thrash Blade, my friends. And I'm instead using Diabolic Skiver. Because hating life right now. So... guide's telling me to do the chicken quest. I don't know if I have it though. I think it's dropped yet. No, it hasn't. That's unfortunate. Hopefully we do get these. These chicken quests are insane XP and SOM. Okay, let's do this then. Hippogriff egg and do the ogres. Gotcha. Warrior weapon progression ain't that bad. Oh, it's not that bad. I mean, you have every weapon at your disposal. Literally every weapon in the game you can use except for wands, so. And the thing is with the double thrash blade, I mean, you can use double thrash blade at 60 for a bit. I think that's what Ampi and some of the other warriors were doing. Parla was doing for a bit until they graduated up into that next tier, but Pally cannot dual wield. YouTube notifications don't seem to be working. Yeah, my, yo, Warston, what's up, man? Good to see you. My YouTube's just in the bin. I haven't been taking very good care of all my channels, to be honest with you. I've been trying to grow the hardcore stuff and trying to do projects, and I've been neglecting my own channels quite a bit. I'm hoping once I get back into the groove, though, just living in this new house and doing all that, I can get back into a regular stream schedule and just put some more effort in. Try to build the channels back up. But yo, it's really great to see everybody. Happy holidays, everybody. Hope you guys had a good weekend, spending time with loved ones, Thanksgiving, Christmas around the corner, man. The most wonderful time of the year, of course, of course. Congrats on the new house, bro. Thank you, man. Yeah, never doing that again. Honestly, can we get an F in the chat one good time for how bad moving sucks? I don't care if it's an apartment or it's a house. Moving is just so bad, man. It's just so terrible. It just drains you mentally, physically, financially. It's we just went through this process selling a house while also bidding on homes. Never doing that again. You know, the contingent offer. Never doing that again in the rest of my life. Contingent offer is when you haven't sold your house yet, but you're essentially jumping the gun and trying to bid on new houses without selling your house first. Yeah, don't ever do that, guys. It's honestly so troll. You end up taking like a worse deal and stressing yourself out 100 times more. Ooh, Ampi just said he got a new schematic. Hyper Radiant Flame Reflector. Oh, it's the fire resistance trinket for engineering. Interesting. I didn't know this was that valuable. Yeah, so my hunter is essentially the water boy, or whatever you want to call it. He's the guild bank. He has all of our recipes, and he is too valuable to lose, and therefore, in a sense, all my work on my hunter has been lost. I don't think I'll ever put him. I don't think I'll ever see any action until maybe we get more Titans recipes and GFPPs and all that. But I'm gonna log over to him for a second so I can take this recipe. He looks really badass too, man. I worked hard on this guy. Barbarous Blade and Tarnished Elven Rings. But yeah, unfortunately, he's probably just dead. Yeah, he's just the guild bank right now. I'll show you the guild bank though. It's looking pretty good. Check it out.
How are you?
That's a lot of GFPPBs.
Watch your back.
Hey, what's up, Cubic? Thank you, bro. I moved from a tiny studio apartment and oh my god, it still sucks so bad draining. I know. It's the absolute worst. Check it out. Another thing to the collection. Schematic Hyper Radiant Flame Reflector. Stash that. Oh, so we have 75 Lotus. 75 Lotus and like 150 GFPP. We need 200 before Saturday for the MC Trash Farm.
Off with you.
No way, Parla. Yo, thank you so much, Parla. I owe you like 9 hosts, bro. I swear, every time I log on, I just get immediately raided by Parla. It means the world, brother. I really appreciate it, Parla. I haven't been able to stream too much recently, so, you know, it's a bit of an insecurity for me. Thank you so much, man. I hope you had a great stream. I was watching you and Gray just crush it in the dungeons per usual. Parla, a dear friend. A dear friend. Everybody loves Parla. Shout out to Parla. Thank you so much, man. The raid right at the beginning of the stream is super clutch too, man, because people tend to stick around a bit longer. Thank you sincerely, man. I hope you had a great stream, brother. Okay, so back over to the Pally. What do you think, boys? Think we can get him up there in time? 60 by Saturday. I think we can get 60 by Saturday, but my thought is I don't think I'll be able to get him geared enough to make that raid. I'll just probably be watching from the side, but it's okay. I'll get him there for the real MC. Barlow's dope, hell yeah. Quick stat at 56, I know, man. He died to something that shouldn't even be in the game as well. Feels super bad, man. Hey, what's up, Ghost Butter? Gonna get the fire resist buff before raiding. So they classify that as a world buff, and they purge it. They purge it when you go into MC. So unfortunately, it won't work. But you can make use of all the world buffs for all the non-raids, Ubers, Elbers, and Dire Maul, and... Did wifey say no more man cave or what? What's up, Slim? No, it was a decision on my part. She actually was. She's very supportive, man. She's like, you know, you want one of the bedrooms, and we have extra bedrooms, but like if I wanted to just go like super like degen RGB lighting, like black and green, like I did before, but I feel like I'm 30 now, man, and you know, it's just about that time, bro, to just like move forward to the next stage. You know, you gotta move it up to the next boomer echelon and start shopping at Restoration Hardware, and it feels right, man. It's not even a forced thing, you know. It just feels right, you know. Like I'm a dad now, like I gotta chill with that. So I'm trying something new. It's a different vibe, you know. Just going for just the normal house look. Just wait till 35. You're gonna be streaming from a garage. Yeah, man. Was your own decision to be the guild bank? It was. Somebody needed to do it. And yeah, somebody needed to do it, man. It was too dangerous to have people running around with all these recipes. Titans is the main one. Out of everything we've gotten so far, Titans is the biggest, right? We've gotten Lip, we've gotten some of the other potion recipes, but Titans is the insane one. I think it's like a 1% chance off Drac or something. In Ubers, we still only have one, so we gotta safeguard that one best we can. Eventually from the retirement home. Yeah, you're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong. I'll probably still be playing Classic WoW when I'm an old person. Not because the game is relevant, the game will probably be dead, but you know, I'll probably boot up the old Mangos core and just like, you know, kill some stuff for old time's sake. Nothing wrong with that. What is that leveling guide add-on on the left? That's called restedxp. That's a leveling add-on that I built with my buddies Tactics and Tommy and Seven Leaves and Zerant. They hold all the current speedrun titles in this game, and they came together. We all came together with our various different skills and stuff, and made this guide. And they haven't compromised at all. Like, this is a guide that they use in their world first, like, speedruns. They don't change a thing. You saw Tommy and Tactics and Zerant and all of them play, right? Like, they follow this to the T. They might have to make some audibles here or there on fresh, right? Because you can't get everything done. There's bottlenecks and stuff, but... And we're using the hardcore mode. Oh my god, man. You guys are too kind. You kidding me right now? Snacky Box? Bro, thank you so much, man. Yo, shout out to Snacky Box. I owe you one, brother. Thank you very much, brother. It's been great to get to know you so far in our brief interactions. You seem like a hell of a guy, and also a massive sleeper in the draft. Hasn't died, at least to my knowledge. I don't think so. He's been just going strong, just consistent, getting in there, man. A lot of people died. A lot of people have been chain dying, and Snacky's just been hanging in there, man. The light guides me. Thank you very much for that raid, brother. I promise I'll get you back as soon as I see you live. Happy holidays to you, brother. Going Prot Paladin. Flurry Axe is best next to Mage Blade. I have a Flurry Axe waiting in the bank for me at 60. And yeah, that was the plan. I was going to go Prot on this guy. I think a lot of tanks are reaching like close to full Prebis. And they're going to be a bit demotivated to keep running dungeons. I would imagine that's normally what happens. And then a lot of people are left hanging. Graze is leveling a second druid. He should be up there in a week or two. But hopefully I'll be like a new I'll be like part of the next wave of 60s in the guild, and I'll run a ton of dungeons on the Pally and build both a healing set and a tank set. Hey, take care, Snacky. Thanks again very much for the raid, bro. Have a good dinner. What's up, Remus? Metin? Catching up with the YouTube chat. Let's see here. Yo, Worston with the 50. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. How's everything, Worston? How's your kid? Thank you very much, Worston. One of my longest supporters. I really, really appreciate that, man. Nelf Hunter is still alive. He's just kind of a bank alt now. Remember this quest took forever? You gotta kill the surrounding ogres to spawn the shamans? Yeah, it seems like a simple kill quest, but every time you get here, you end up really getting frustrated with this. It feels like just yesterday I was doing this with Greys and just like eagle-eyeing around trying to find either shamans or warlocks. So, let's see. Tell me how to please enjoy WoW. I'm getting bored. Well, hardcore. I mean, you know what I'm gonna say, right? Hardcore WoW really gives it a new lease on life, man. That's all I can say. I've been thinking a lot about this too, like just driving around, listening to other people's streams and stuff. The thing about one of the things I like about hardcore is that and Stay Safe said this too. It is like the ultimate filter. You know, you can lose. It's not just purely gain all the time. And what I mean by that is, and this might not bother some, I feel like it's kind of even selfish to say this, but I'm just keeping it above 50 with you. Like, you can be really, really noob at WoW and not really understand the game or appreciate the game, and kind of just be carried through, right? Be carried through, or just like slash blade and get like sick gear, and just get full biz gear, and it's the way she goes. But one thing about hardcore is that doesn't really happen, I don't think. I don't think you can be kind of noob, or like not understand the game, or just get carried through. Or at least it becomes a lot harder. And that's pretty cool, that all the gear like just means a lot more. Because at the end of the day, I mean, people want it to mean something. And just the normal like multi-life, like par for the course. You know, we've all seen plenty of rank 14 players that are pretty weak players, right? We've seen just people that can just, you know, you can just swipe your way into GDKPs and just pick up lots of good loot and stuff. You know, hardcore? I don't know. I don't think you can do that in hardcore. It's really a lot of fun. Warlocks are further north, shamans are hard to find. Why can't you make a bank alt? It's just antithetical to the whole, like, one life. You know, you're able to basically interface with a multi-life tune at that point if you have a bank alt. Also, our add-on has been designed so that it disables the mailbox, so you'd have to create some weird carve-out or caveat to include bank alts, as well as it devalues inventory as a mechanic of the game. Because with bank alts allowed, you essentially have unlimited inventory. And there are times where I'm like, man, fuck this rule. Because it is really frustrating having like no space. But I hope that makes sense. What's the take on all the HC hate on your server? Yeah, I still think the silent majority really enjoys it. And I think a lot of the HC hate come from like new folks who don't really realize that a lot of these rules that we've like built up over time existed far before Soul of Iron. Soul of Iron's a very recent development. Even Road to Rag, you know, we were planning on doing Road to Rag before Soul of Iron was even a consideration. You know, so people see hardcore and they just go, why don't they just play regular Soul of Iron? I don't get these guys, they're so cringe. And they you know, they look at that you need to have an add-on, you need to do this. People don't like feeling like, people don't like being told what to do. They don't like feeling forced to play in a certain way. And you know, they hear some of the terminology, you know, us calling normal players like multi-lifers and all that. I can see it. At the same time, I do think a lot of the hate is unwarranted, though, because no one, at the end of the day, no one's forcing them to play. Shit. Okay, sorry, my headphones glitched out. No one's forcing you to play like in the hardcore rule set, right? And you know, people on Reddit or something will say, you know, I don't get why there's all these rules, but if you think about it, any challenge, even just the Iron Man challenge, right? The oldest challenge ever had custom rules. You know, white gear only, no potions, you know, no talents. There's always rule sets with challenges and stuff, right? So I don't see any, like, anything that weird with that. But there's no barrier to entry. You know, anybody can join this community. There are crazy people who play hardcore. There are batshit insane people who play hardcore that we have to share this space with. And we do everything we can not to kick people from the community, because at the end of the day, you just want to do your best for every single person. And there are, as we speak, batshit crazy people playing hardcore. People that in my own selfish world I'd snap my fingers and just, you know, get rid of them or something. But, you know, it's just like life. There's gonna be people you don't get along with, you know, coworkers, people you have to just get, you know, you have to share space with. Yeah, it's my new crib, Bobby. What up, man? They want level 40 spells at 20, so WoW gave it to them. Retail players get the watered-down version of WoW. I mean, it's entertaining to watch a near futile struggle against the near impossible challenge. Yep. I mean, there's so many things you could talk about, right? At the end of the day, though, too, just on a very simple level, hardcore makes it so that even the most seasoned, sweaty players who understand every pixel of this game and every mob interaction, even they have to go back to the drawing board and, like, take the game, like, a bit more seriously and, like, play with finesse, CC, jump in comms, talk about things, discuss strategies. You can't just kind of bash your face up against the keyboard and everything will fall over. So, but there is a lot of hardcore hate, 100%, man. And I've been saying for a couple weeks now that I'm excited for the community to, like, sink, to become a little more niche, and I think it's happening as we speak right now. It's not as hype right now as it was during launch week. You know, the dust is settling. People have tried hardcore, have realized, oh, it's not for them or whatever. They just keep it moving. I'm excited for it to just feel a little more cozy again. People don't hate this, it's just that they should have added hardcore servers. People with these hardcore rules won't mingle with normal ones. True. And, you know, I saw this post on Reddit. You know that meme where it's like a, you know, it's like a white dude and a black dude and they're like jacked and they're like giving each other like a handshake? That people have repurposed that meme for like a million different things. They're like, hardcore players and normal players can all agree on one thing. We both want our own servers. And it's so true. It'd be amazing. But yeah, that's the way things goes with hype in general, though, too. So people like to align with stuff while it's edgy and new, and while it's like fresh and it feels kind of underground and grassroots. And then once anything achieves a certain degree of mainstream, there's an inevitable wave of pushback or friction against said whatever. It could be anything. It could be the most harmless thing in the world. It could be like some new, like, you know, new freaking like adoption program or something for like for cute dogs or something, right? And people would still find a way to hate on it. But I think we're like going through that wave. Like, hardcore was always this small little niche and people didn't really have a reason to hate on it, but now that there's some eyeballs on it, you're gonna get some haters. It's been kind of rough too, man. I'm not gonna lie. So just been hanging in there, trying to weather the storm. Did G-Bank get 14 slots? I have 2 spare bags. Oh, no, I still have 10 slot bags. I can log over to IF whenever you're an IF, man. I'll be happy to take them from you. That'd be great. We're still hurting on inventory for sure. How many leveling guilds are still around? I think we have 6 at the moment, and they're all still pretty active. We might have to consolidate down to like 5 or 4 at some point, but they're still pretty full, bro. Honestly, we're still purging. I always give non-AC priority for name mobs. I know that's annoying. Yeah, I did on Bloodsail. If I saw a non-HC player on Bloodsail, I would 100% do my very best to give them the mob first, because I knew I would be able to get the next one. It's no problem. You're just wasting a little bit of time. On these fresh, light conditions, or how it has been, it's just savage out here, man. Everybody's just tagging what they can. I think there was a big wave of backlash towards hardcore once they peeled away the layers. I want to say at the end of week 1 they got rid of layers. On Obsidian Edge, probably Jam Gabar and Shadow Strike and all those big servers, they still probably have layers right now. But once they peeled back the layers, it was a bit too soon. And then it just became a nightmare leveling in these early zones. Alliance Ashen Bale is terrible compared to... Yo, what up, Thick Meta? This dog water cargo still chugging? Wait, are you playing Alliance now? I thought you said you were playing Horde. Yo, what up, Thick? Yeah, I've known Thick for a minute. You guys know Thick through Gray's stream, probably, but I knew Thick before Gray knew Thick. We were raiding together on Invictus and stuff back in the day, dueling and doing all that stuff. Controlling the mountain. Good to see you, bro. It's really good to see you, man. What are you up to these days? You still working and stuff? Jom has like 3-4 layers still. I'm with you, Cargos. I'm right at IHC. Hey, bro, I appreciate it, man. Well, I mean, it is what it is. That's probably the value in life that I appreciate the most out of everything is loyalty. And I don't mean that from just like a culty, hardcore perspective. I'm just talking in life and just relationships in general, because there are mad people in life. You know them. I know them. That they're friendly up until the first point of friction. One bad thing goes the wrong way, or if you disagree with them on one small thing, and you go from like friendly to like their enemy, dude, and they're trying to tear you down and do whatever. It's like one small thing can do it. One small thing. So it's the older you get, you realize like just the pattern, the trajectory of relationships and how they all work, and how or at least 95% of them work. And like 5% of the relationships you have don't follow that trajectory and are pretty unique, and those are the real ones you gotta stick close with, you know? I look in my own life, people like Tactics and Grays, and some of the people that, I know they got my back and I got their back, and stuff like that. That to me is that is the best thing you can achieve in life, even more so than like money or anything like that. If you have a strong team that is gonna support you and you support them back, because there's strength in numbers, man. You know, it's so sad for Bricks. Yeah, man, me too. Absolutely. Yo, JS Link, thank you very much for that tier 1, bro. People are hating on HC or out of touch. Hardcore truly puts the soul back in the classic gameplay and bonds you to the character. Yeah, if I'm being 100% honest, though, there are some things that, like, in my own selfish personal world, I would change about hardcore. Like, right now, if I could. But it's bigger than me now. Who am I? I'm just a guy. I'm just a community member like anyone else, so... And anytime you try to even change something, it's, you know, it causes major waves. So I think a lot of us are just hanging in there waiting for hardcore servers. I think they're coming, though, guys. If I have gun to my head, I think they're coming. I really do think, I think they're coming, man. Maybe in the next season of Mastery or whatever. I think we've already made a big enough splash right now that they're gonna go, man, we didn't really take that much time to make that Soul of Iron buff. Look at the reverberations, man. People are really into it. Let's just do one server. I've seen an absurd amount of hate towards death pardons. I feel you, bro. I'm glad we're talking about this, man. It's actually really nice. It's like this is like my therapy, my counseling session, talking with you guys about this stuff, because this stuff lingers in my mind throughout the days, and I never really get it out. Trungler, thank you for the prime. I think a lot of the hate towards towards the appeals comes from two things. One, this community and this rule set has been around for 2 years plus, and we had all this stuff in the game when it really was just a tea party in fantasy. We didn't have an add-on. We didn't have anything, man. We had a basic site. We told people to go record. You know, that was all we had. So it was a small niche, you know, community. Like, now that there's Soul of Iron, it's kind of a different game changer, right? Like, it's opening up this whole new line of reasoning where people are like, why don't you just use Soul of Iron buff? The Soul of Iron buff's right there. In some ways, the Soul of Iron buff has hurt us as a community. I still think it's overwhelmingly, like, super positive, because it's gotten so many people into just the idea of One Life WoW, but in some ways it's hurt us. Even right now, people are... If you don't have a Soul of Iron buff right now, and you're in the 60 guild, people are low-key hating on you. Or people are feeling superior to you if they have the Soul of Iron buff. Myself included, man. If I go into an UBRS and somebody doesn't have the Soul of Iron buff, I'm kind of like low-key, like, he doesn't have the Soul of Iron buff, you know? I don't know. You know, it's... But it wasn't always like that, you know? And in this, if we didn't have the Soul of Iron buff at all, people wouldn't mind as much about the death appeals. That's one aspect of it. The second thing is, I think a lot of the hate towards the death appeals come from people who actually aren't playing hardcore themselves. So they're not actually members of the community a lot of the times. They're people from the outside looking in, and they look at the game mode, and they look at what they understand the game mode to be, and they go, hey, that, you know, death is death. And it seems so, like, I agree. Having the death appeals actually makes this game mode less fun, less exciting, less cool, less potent. But at the same time, actually go play it, you know? And once you lose a 60 character or know somebody who lost a 60 character at a high level or somebody who put a ton of time in, one of your homies you've been playing with for a long time, something really unfortunate happens to them, you know? You might feel differently. Because, oh my god, did we just get raided? What are all these like chickens? There's all these chickens. What are these chickens? Guzu Dink? Is it a Guzu raid? No shot. What the fuck? Let me see. Is that a Guzu raid? Yo, Guzu with the massive raid. Yo, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Man, it feels good, guys. I much loved you guys from the bottom of my heart. Guzu, Parla. Everybody involved with the whole thing. There's been times in the past where, as a creator, you don't stream for a week or two, or you don't make videos, and you just feel like the weight of the world on your shoulders. Like, oh man, GG, man. I might as well throw in the towel, you know, type of stuff. You know, you get these doomer thoughts, and it's nice. You know, I haven't been streaming so much. I've been so busy IRL and doing some stuff. And you come back, you immediately get blasted with like back-to-back raids, man. It means the absolute world, guys. I appreciate it so much. I will get you back. You know I have your back. I hope you know it's real. Like, this isn't just like a game to me. You know, it's kind of like these are real friendships I'm making with you guys, and I will get you. You know, I'll get you back. If you're ever in California or something, Guzu, hit me up, bro. Yo, what's up, Sarth? Good to see you, bro. Thank you very much. I mean, you guys all know who Guzu is, right? Let me do a quick shout out. If you don't, tier 1 draft pick to the hardcore scene. Really carried the hardcore scene for the past couple months. Amazing YouTube content. Edits it all himself, by the way. You know, there's tons of YouTube channels out there. Not hating on him. It's just this is like the table stakes of the game. Many YouTube channels. Even YouTube channels that you think this has to just be one dude doing this out of passion. And they still probably are, but behind the scenes they have a whole team. They pay an editor, they pay a script writer, they pay somebody to generate ideas for YouTube videos. And they're there and they just put their voice on it. They put their John Hancock on it like they're Morgan Freeman at the very end. Bunch of channels like that. Guzu edits all of his own stuff. Streams every day, super consistent. That's a lot of effort, man. I haven't put that effort into my channels in years, man. And I'm happy for you, bro. You deserve all the success. Yep. Yeah, he does it all himself, man. Streams and does a video like every day, pretty much. I don't even know how you do it, man. He even makes the thumbnails. And as somebody who prides himself in thumbnails, yeah, those are some good thumbnails, man. Second channel I have an editor. Oh, you have a second channel too? Oh, you know, I have seen it. Yeah, it's a clips channel. I got you. You've been pumping content since the old private server days, bro. Never put yourself down. I appreciate it, bro. I'm glad there's some people that, you know, have been here for a minute, you know. I've been seeing myself recently almost as like the behind the scenes guy, you know. I don't even mind it, honestly. I don't mind it. I've just been working on stuff like events, and yeah, I don't mind it. Kind of like the producer type for a lot of stuff these days. Oh, the TV? Yeah, I just got the TV mounted yesterday. It's dope. It has a mount that like it comes out and can like swivel around. Yo, what up, Cheesy? Good to see you, brother. We're done with Shaman. Oh, we're done with this quest. Yo, that's never happened to me in my life. I was just AFK killing ogres, not really paying attention to what I was killing, and somehow he completed the quest. Must have had some good RNG. Cheesy with the bop, cheesy with the bop. Yup. How do we at? I'm gonna give. I don't think I've ever given a VIP or anything like that. I would. Yeah, I just made Guzu mod. That's all I know how to do. But yeah, what I was saying about the hardcore stuff, because that was kind of an interesting topic. I just think a lot of the hate I don't know. A lot of it's not even really hate, bro. It's just like, just banter. The only hate, really, is, like, the griefers, man. And I'll give you guys an update on the griefing situation, by the way. Because I'm pretty sure it's cool to talk about this. So, there have been a lot of griefers. Maybe not as much as we thought. A small part of, like, the organizers behind the event thought it was going to be, like, some Armageddon of griefers, and there would be like giant coordinated mass griefer discords and everything all set up and big swaths of players dedicated towards griefing the community. It wasn't really at that scale. It's about like a dozen or so griefers, you know, across the whole event. I don't know how EU's probably chill, man. Since the beginning of time with hardcore, EU has just been silent and efficient, man. Like, no drama, no issues. I don't know how it's, if anybody's playing on Obsidian Edge right now, how it's, if you can report, give us an update, but yeah, the griefers were pretty rough, and I was getting proceedingly more and more annoying with some of my contacts at Blizzard, just pinging them like, hey guys, this really sucks, man, look at this, like, this is what's going on right now. I'm just kind of making the case, and it was pretty disheartening for about a week or so, I'm not gonna lie. Because it felt like they were very slow to act, and it was so obviously like past that line in the sand. If you haven't been keeping up to date with the scene of like griefing and stuff, they've been doing all types of crazy stuff, like parking level 1s on quest givers, and particularly in Booty Bay, to try to get you to right click on them. They've been using mind control helms and the engineering remote to essentially MC flag or mind control a mob, and then flag the person attacking the mob, and then basically force them into a PvP situation and kill them. All types of stuff like that. But they did hit me up recently and basically said like, yeah, they agree these people are across that line in the sand. It's really bad behavior, and they're working on fixes on the MC cap as well as the mind control remote. But it's kind of tricky how Classic is set up, so they didn't know the exact way to do it, and they're also fixing a lot of those NPCs that randomly flag you as well. So pretty slow. They were pretty slow to help us out, but I think they're doing what they can now. So what's wrong with Morgan Freeman? Yo, nothing, dude. Morgan Freeman's a legend. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. My friends and I run dungeons on Sunday morning, not hardcore, just TBC. We want to do ramps to get some rep. For ramps, 6260. I mean, you should just go slate bends, bro. But yeah, there's still people griefing, like new names popping up every day. There's some people griefing in Westfall yesterday, just brand new names. Still an issue, but hopefully it'll get better. Yo, what's up, Mil2K? Thank you very much for the 10, my friend. Good to see you while the sun's still up, bro. I think you have a hair out of place.
Good to see ya while the sun's up, bro. I think you have a hair out of place.
Thank you for the 10. Yo, Caligula with the tier 1. Thank you very much. 24 months. That's 2 years, brother. Thank you so much. It's been great, Caligula. I see you supporting all the streams. What happened to your gamer room? I moved, so I'm in a new house now. I don't think I'm gonna set one up this time. How many immortal characters do you have? In the 60 guild, I want to say we have over 100 now. If somebody's online, they can give the exact number in the HC Elite Guild, but I think we're over 100. And so far, we've had 8 casualties at 60. Got 100 last night. Someone died, then we got 100 again last night. Gotcha. 105 in the Elite Guild. Oh, how many total 60s I've gotten? If you count SOM, then 3. I leveled 2 on Era, Warrior and a Rogue. Technically, can the SHP kill any caster class in PvP spec natural engineering? What's an SHP? Can an SHP kill any caster class? What, Shadow Priest? When will you step in MC? This weekend on Saturday, we are going to do our very first steps into MC. We're not going to kill any bosses. We're just going to sit there and farm trash, and then continue to stay together and move around the world, maybe farm some echoes, and try to just build some synergy. Because we have a lot of good players, but almost no one has played together before. So So just being able to be in that raid environment together. I think from this point on, every Saturday we'll do a raid. You know, 3-4 hours long, just to try to build some synergy. Shadow Priest. Shadow Priest kill any caster class. Well, you get destroyed by Warlocks. But other than Warlocks... I think you die to mages too, bro. No, maybe not, maybe not. No, I think you kill mages. I don't know, bro. I think you get killed by mages too, honestly. If you were Disc, you would kill a mage. If you were Shadow... The thing is, I never really played Shadow Priest. I just know from the outside looking in. And then... Druid... I don't know, I'm a bit biased, bro. I never really liked Shadow because I would just always want to go Disc. Because Disc is just so good because you can actually like mana burn and be a Chad. UD Espers can beat anything 1v1 if they're insane. Not Warlock. Ellie Shaman? Yeah, I have no idea actually. I know that Shadow Priests are considered very strong duelists and are very good 1v1, but I'm a Warlock, so I just always rinse to Shadow Priests. They can beat Warlock because of Rule of Psyche. You don't really even have to fear them, honestly. I mean, you can if you'd like, but just it's classic, right? So you have double Spellstone. It's insane, man. If you have the correct setup and you have everything set up beforehand, and you have a Spellstone equipped with a backup one, you have your trash buffs on, you will rinse a Shadow Priest. But oftentimes you'll meet out in the open world and you don't have all that stuff on. You have like wrong trinkets and. Are you going to do MC without anyone dying? I think it's pretty much impossible to do it without anyone dying. There will be some deaths, 100%. Or like a stacked any duel. Oh yeah, Thick Meta knows. You remember from the Scarum days. This is Obsidian Edge, yep. Can you do hardcore on TBC with Soul of Iron buff, or is it just TBC? There's no Soul of Iron buff on Era or TBC. But are there any TBC folks playing right now that wish there was Soul of Iron buff? Yeah, it might catch on, man. They might just want to include it on all the servers. Just make it a thing from here on out. I wonder if any retail players want Soul of Iron. Nah, probably not, because can't you just track deaths in retail on an achievement pane or something? Oh, you can hear my dogs barking? Yeah, sorry about that. But it's always been hard for me to understand the appeal of Shadow Priest when Disc is so strong. And Disc is already so offensive. They're the most offensive healers, people always say. That oftentimes when you're Shadow, it feels like there's very few matchups that you can just be your full Shadow form, you know, be the shadowy boy you always wanted to be. You end up just playing budget Disc and still winning, but not as a result of all your Shadow talents. It's like as a result of just your ability to mana burn and heal and stuff, right? So you're just like playing budget Disc. Camera finally? Yeah, man. I'm in the new house now. I was so excited to hit 40 and I got Shadow Form rerolled at 42. He rerolled back to Disc at 42. Yeah.
Hello.
Are you in heaven? Yes. Let's see. I still have all of Tannerus to do. It's amazing. You know one thing they should put in SOM though? 25 quest log, man. I thought it was gonna happen.
How may I help? What brings you here?
What keyboard and mouse do you use? I'm a lefty, so I use the Naga, but the lefty Naga. And then I use a HyperX keyboard. And yeah, I actually play with the mouse in my left hand, believe it or not. Quest log and 10-minute pally buffs. Oh, this is another thought I was having the other day. Any of you guys play LoL or Dota or any of the other the MOBAs? So people are basically thinking that in future Blizzard is actually going to put hands on the classes and try to tune the classes, and that scares me a bit as a vanilla Andy, as a classic Andy. Like I love the classes as they are. They're not all perfect. In TBC they do seem a lot more refined, but something doesn't sit right if they just took all the TBC talents and just plopped them into classic. I know many of you would like that. I know many of you would really like that. But one thing they could do is almost how they tune Dota, where the thing is in Dota, they occasionally they'll introduce a new hero entirely, which is a little monk-ass for vanilla, but they just tweak the skills a little bit. Like they balance the skills a little bit, as opposed to reinventing the wheel. So let's say Balanced Druid was really weak for various reasons. Imagine they could just tune like Insect Swarm so it did more damage, or made it cost less, or they yeah, they just made like Balanced Druids more mana efficient or something. I feel like those types of changes, if you were going to go into Classic Plus, would sit better with like the Classic community, because it's still the same old abilities you know and love, but there's, because that's what they do in Dota, you know? They'll add 0.5 seconds to a stun on a hero. They'll make they'll make one rank of a skill cost a little bit more mana, or they'll you know, they'll tune the items a little bit. So Cargos, you're gonna create flash for every member on Saturday? Yes. My my hunter has an Uber's key, so we will always have one Uber's key. He's just safely parked by the bank, and he will only leave to unlock Ubers, to go to Skolo to make flasks, and to collect stuff for the guild and just store it in the bank. When can shamans have actual mana bars? Yeah. Well, what do you guys think, though? Kind of lazy to do a straw poll right now, but would you guys want them to... What's the best way to put this? Would you want them to come up with brand new abilities and classes and essentially rehaul Classic WoW and make it almost unrecognizable? Or would you want them to tune both items and abilities a little bit, or not touch it at all?
I
You know, and there's other ways to disrupt the meta and like rehaul the meta than to actually put hands on the abilities and classes. You've seen them do it right now with SOM. You know, doing stuff like changing the debuffs around, changing the bosses around, all these like factors on the periphery. Like, it does shake the meta up. Oh, thank you, Daniel. Now you have this big room. Can we see the doggy sometime? Yeah. Adel, Lala, come here. Come. They're gonna ignore me. Adel. I think they're coming. I have, hey baby. I have 2 German Shepherds. One's, kind of black and red, and the other one is bicolor. And, yeah, man, there's 6 and 2. Very sweet. Make a lot of noise, but they're very sweet. Shout out to red, black German Shepherds. Yup, my favorite, man. Yeah, one is from the Czech Republic, and one is from Russia. At least that's what they tell you. I don't know if it's true or not. I want them to end Shadowlands and Wrath at the same time, and the storylines just go together. And then your character dies and it goes to WoW character creation. Man, I just dream of a hardcore server and how they could do it and how sick it would be. Man, like this should be my vision for it. Not that it matters, but so it would be an SOM. It would be like the next season of SOM. They'd have one option for a hardcore server, and if you die, okay, maybe it doesn't delete your character, but What if it just transfers your character off to Classic Era? Essentially what they're going to do at the end of SOM, they've already built out this functionality, right? So that these characters right now will go to an Era server after SOM is over. Imagine on a hardcore server you died and it logged you out immediately and you had to transfer your character over to an Era server. Or delete it. Maybe they only give you a couple free ones. Even if they charged for it, man. Would it be that bad for a hardcore server? I know everyone hates microtransactions and stuff, but I mean, you just wouldn't have to do it. Your character would just be deleted. It's fine, you know. But if you wanted to save it for some reason, you know, some people are attached to their characters. They could pay. I mean, they grew up together. Yeah, for the most part. I had this the older one for a couple years, and then we got the younger one. They're both female though, which they don't recommend you to get. They say two female dogs don't usually get along, but they're buddies. I think they should let you and the hardcore crew with all your research into every character with every available talent to find out which is the best for leveling. All this knowledge put to good use. That would be bad. Yes, we already pay a sub. But the thing is, you could just let your character get deleted though. You know? We already delete our characters anyway when we die anyway. So if you had the option to save your character and transfer him to Era, it wouldn't bother me. I'll put it that way. I mean, I was already gonna delete my character anyway. But if I did get a 60 or something and he did die, but it would still preserve the feeling of hardcore because that person is no longer on the server and can never return to the server. Like, they're done. The game barely warrants a monthly fee as is, IMO. Yeah, different strokes, you know, it depends what you're into, but for a lot of us on the hardcore side of things, we're enjoying the game so much right now. Some of the most fun we've ever had. I called my dog over here. She's doing that thing now where, you know, some of your dogs probably do this too. They don't let you like force your hand to like pet them. Trying to offer some constructive feedback, not talking shit. Game sounds a bit tinny, lower fidelity, as if you're watching this stream in 360. Your voice is crispy, clear, and fine, though. Okay. Oh yeah, no, I appreciate that feedback. It's not bad at all. I think it's because I'm using new headphones. I'm using these like AirPod things, and kind of a pain in the ass, bro. They don't really work that well with desktop. There's a juicer TV in the background. Yeah, man, I got a hundo. Yo, Avisu, good to see you, bro. 17 months, almost 2 years of sport. How's it going, Avisu? Happy holidays, brother. Thank you so much, man, for the tier 1 for 17 months. They probably don't have the full range of your HyperX gaming headset. Yeah, probably. I didn't realize that's how it worked, though. So your stream audio quality is based on how good your headphones are. You would think that the source audio file being spit out from like the PC or from the motherboard would be what gets put out to the stream. Interesting. Need to get up to this spot back there. I think it would be nice to have actual prices for playing hardcore. For example, if you manage to level the 60 as a hard character, you get a account-wide dual spec for future SOM. Holy shit. A prize? Hey man, I just think it was a missed opportunity for them to put the Survivor title in there. I don't know if anyone's figured out what those were for. Back when that stuff was data mined initially, people said that they were somehow tethered to this new... When people were first data mining the hardcore stuff, they said there's a new worldwide event, whatever that means, that tracks if you died in the world. There's also somehow tied in with that there was a title Survivor, Survivor of the Flame, Survivor of the Damned, Survivor of Blackwing Lair or whatever. I wonder what that stuff could be. I was almost positive that when Tommy and Tactics Ding 60 was Soul of Iron, they were going to get a Survivor title. But, I don't know, man. You can choose to output sound card audio, can't you? It's a matter of choosing the source. Oh, gotcha, okay. Thank you for that, I didn't even know that. Maybe it gets handed out at the end of season. Maybe, yeah. Because no one else has gotten the Survivor title just doing multi-life stuff, right? Oh, thanks, Devlin. But yeah, things are going good in the event overall. You've cleared all the dungeons, including Dire Maul West, Ubers, Elbers. Everything's been cleared. People are getting a lot done with regard to Prebis. Got all the major stuff. Devil Sword. A lot of the flask recipes, like Supreme Power and Titans. Some of the stuff remaining that we really need, I don't know if any of you guys caught that guild meeting the other day, is we still are looking for a Distilled Wisdom, which is a super important flask because, I don't know, it's probably equal in importance to Titans, and it's mainly because the healers can spam it and essentially print mana. And we want to have enough that the healers can spam some Distilled Wisdoms up for a little bit. So I think that one drops in Strathholm. We need to get that one. I also think we're still missing Major Mana Potion recipe, which I think drops in Skolo. Other than that, though, I think we have everything. Was it always your plan to retire your first SOM60 for a guildmate character? Not always. I mean, it crossed my mind before, and like early on in the process, I was telling Grays, like, yeah, maybe I'll just retire him and jump on Pally, because I really did want to play Pally for a while. I have a bit of FOMO right now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I wake up in the morning, everybody's running dungeons, having a grand old time, and I can't touch my hunter, and I just gotta level this Pally and go through these grueling levels. So I appreciate the company, man. This is the worst stretch, 45 to 50. And it speeds up again. FOMO is real, sitting at 56. Aw, man, you're so close though, bro. 58 to 60. Something about that route of WPL, EPL it's so fast, man. It's like 3 hours. Mad respect doing that for the cause. I appreciate it, bro. I want it to be a success. How do you print mana? So I'm not a healer, so I don't know exactly how it works, but I think you just press Flask of Distilled Wisdom. It gives you a bunch of mana, and then you probably cancel aura it off, and then you press it again, and it gives you that extra mana again. And there's no cooldown on flasks, so you can just spam it and, you know, get infinite mana. As long as you have enough. What if survival title is tied to the road to rag completion? Ah, man, a small part of me hopes it's true. That if you do kill rag with Soul of Iron, and yeah, sure, you could boost and get it, but it's whatever. We're gonna know what we did. People can do whatever they want to do. A small part of me hopes that, just individually, if you kill Ragnaros with 1 life, with Soul of Iron, you will get this title. Survivor of the Flame. That would be so sick. But I'm not too optimistic about it, because there wasn't a Survivor title, just a vanilla Survivor title at 60. You just use it and it gives you 2k mana no matter what. 2k? Wow, that is insane, dude. 2k mana? How much mana do you even have in a pre-bis healer? 4k? Just get half your mana for free? The chances seem very slim to not die in MC at some point. Yeah, but at the same time, we have enough people now. We'll probably have 200 or so by the time we get to MC. That if we just keep throwing bodies at it and we're all on the same page and we do the prep, we know what to do. If we actually, you know, follow through and farm up all the consumes we need to, I think it can be done. I have 2k mana at level 35 my priest. Okay. Still though, that's insane, 2k mana. I can't install the full Alliance leveling guide extracted to my add folder. Yo, DM me, Thick. I'll hook you up. Oh, another thing that kind of sucks though, guys, and I am sorry to let you down, but the fantasy draft ends today, and I'm not going to be able to get all the points, because my character is pretty much bank alt status for the guild now, unfortunately. Still think we got a lot done, but we're going to be missing Dire Maul West, we're going to be missing Strat and Skolo. So we're 15 points away from maximum. And I could run them, but it would just be disrespectful. I already told everybody I'm a bank alt, so there's no going back now. You still have farmer points than most people. Yeah. In the wildcard tier though, stay safe because I'm in the wildcard tier. Graze is gonna have more because he's tank, Ray tanked. Oh, did Graze do Dire Maul West though? I don't think he did. He might do it today just for the points. Stay safe has more, I'm pretty sure. Because I saw him do Strat and Skolo. So. Bit unfortunate. Should have probably done all that before I became a bank alt. Leveling a Paladin, what do you think I should roll? In terms of spec, I just go ret the whole way, man. I respect Holy for ZF and Uldaman, because I thought it would help. I didn't really have any healing gear. It felt really unnecessary. You didn't need to at all. You could totally heal those as just ret. Yo, are there any Holy Pally mains, by the way? Or people that just raided on a Holy Pally? I have a few questions for you. I did on Classic. So how come people I saw Tommy playing the other day. He didn't put Blessing of Light on people. And he was only spamming Flash of Light. I was having a hard time understanding why. I thought that was the whole juicy thing about Pally, that you can downrank your Holy Light and essentially get value from that insane juicy plus healing from Blessing of Light. And Flash of Light was kind of like your emergency heal until later where you have tons of mana. I thought you would spam like rank 3 Holy Light or something with Blessing of Light on. But I'm not seeing any Pallies use Blessing of Light. Flash of Light, high chance of crit, free heal. Should be the same amount of crit as Holy Light though, no? Flash of Light is the standard heal, insanely mana efficient and still good heal. You can't sustain... No, but I'm talking about like a low-ass rank of Holy Light, like rank 3 or something. And then that rank 3 Holy Light, as long as it's still above level 20 of a skill, it should get 100% of the healing power, right? So then you can potentially get like the benefit of a rank 2 Blessing of Light. Like this is rank 1 Blessing of Light and it gives me 210 plus healing on Holy Light. So imagine rank 2, you'd be able to just get 400 free plus healing. Blessing of Light is a flat healing increase on every rank, which leads to insane efficiency. That's what I'm saying, but but I think that, you know, you guys are probably right. I just have to understand why. because you salver kings everybody. True, but you probably salver kings everybody but like the main target. Here, I might have to potion here actually. If your crit is high enough on Paladin, you can keep spamming Flash Appeal for no mana. I love how Paladins interact with crit. It seems so fun. Crit is just a fun stat, whether you're playing whatever class you're playing, and the fact that they go for crit because they get free heals, so sick. Part of it is the Libram too, which you normally wouldn't get. Oh, the Libram, that's right. There's a Libram that gives your Flash of Light plus 50 something plus healing, right? That is a huge deal, 100%. And there's probably no Holy Light Libram. That's a great point, man. Giga Chad Tommy has it. Holy Light Libram is in Nax. Gotcha, I appreciate it. So, if you're... I've never actually healed as a Paladin in a raid. I've actually tanked MC as a Paladin. Not all the bosses, just a couple of them. But I've never just been like a full-on healer. And I need to become a big brain Pally healer, if that's even a thing. I'm sure it is, obviously. Because I need to earn my spot in MC, man. Like, I felt pretty good on Hunter, but now I'm going Pally. And so I need to learn everything I can about Pally. And I'm hoping it's as simple as just spamming Flash of Light the whole time. And obviously making a big play with like a, you know, mouse over bop or something. Bubbling through mechanics. But, you know, hopefully it's as simple as like you don't even have to cancel cast really. Like you're just spamming Flash of Light the whole time. Megamind 5-head Giga Healer Tommy will be seething. You can weave in some Holy Lights. It's literally Flash of Light and Bubble sometimes. That's great news, because I think I can handle that. What's the hardest healer? Probably Druid, I would imagine, because it's not what's the term? Proactive healing or reactive healing? It's proactive healing, not reactive healing, I would imagine. Shamans are just like chain heal goes burr, right? Just like smart healing AI, fucking Alexa, Siri just healing for you. Druid is also HT spam. I don't know if it is though, bro. That might be the small brain way to do Druid, but I assume you just roll hots on stuff. Be real, if y'all are wiping an MC, you're gonna Bubble Hearth, right? You can't. Well, like, you can, but you'll get DQ'd. So apparently in the add-on, if you Bubble Hearth, it'll actually alert you. Kind of want to do it, man. Because you won't get DQ'd until it actually goes off, but apparently in the Hardcore add-on, if you Bubble in Hearth, it'll start telling you, like, cancel your Hearth, you're about to get DQ'd, you're about to get DQ'd. But I think I need the next rank of Bubble. I only have the 10-second Bubble. What's with the bright new room? I'm used to your dark dungeon. I know, bro. I'm 30 now, bro. New me, new house. I don't know. And the thing is, another part of why I didn't want to make another man cave, because my other room that you guys saw, it was a normal bedroom, and I had to like paint all the molding. I painted the ceiling, redid the floor, you know, put lights up everywhere. It took a lot of work. And then when we had to sell the house, yo, you have to see our realtor's look on her face when we were touring her through the home, right? Kind of normal house, looking kind of like modern house, everything good, right? Opens the bedroom door to that one room, yo, her jaw just dropped. She's like, yeah, you're gonna need to, yeah. It was the type of thing. I took a lot of elbow grease to rehabilitate that room and make it like look normal again. Like 9 coats of paint, man, because it was like black and green, like Xbox green and black. So that's another factor too, you know. You still in the East Bay? No, we moved up a little bit north, man, into the Sacramento metro area. And that's another strat, man. Like, I'm not very five-head with, like, investments and all that, but one decent way up to try to get some, like, wealth going is just to move to a house, live there for a couple years. Like, obviously try to, like, pick an area that's gonna go up, you know? And then just move. And just go to another house. But moving is a fate worse than death, so you always have to balance against that, but it's not a bad way to... If you do that, if you do it that way, you essentially get paid to live in your house. Like, you completely recuperate every cent you put into the home, and then some. And you just gotta live there, man. Gaming rooms aren't in high demand? I don't think so. I don't think so. We just sold our family home in Livermore for 1.2. Oh, sick, man. Yeah, I love Livermore. I got married there. Yeah, beautiful town, man. Congrats, man. Where are you guys going now? Where can I join the hardcore Discord? Go to classichc.net. All the info is there about the event and community and all that. Houses in my area are average 1.2. Yeah, I mean, you're from California or New York, I bet. Welcome to California, man. And there's like, you can buy... Yo, I'll never forget, there's this one town, Walnut Creek. That was right about where I used to live. They had 2-bedroom, 2-bath houses that actually looked really underwhelming, man. For like well over $1 million. And it was the most sad thing to see, man. I don't know. I don't know about that. Walnut Creek is insane. I don't know why. You stream for a living? I have a couple, I'd like to think it's just, all of it is just a lifestyle, man. Just playing WoW, just have some projects going on here, got some other stuff. But yeah, I'd like to think, this is my, like, proudest thing, you know? Being able to be somebody online and grow a brand and channel. It's my favorite thing out of all the things that I'm doing. This is my favorite. Born in Walnut Creek, area is unaffordable. Moving east, the only right choice. Yeah. You enjoy leveling Paladin? It's alright, bro. I'm honestly just trying to... I'm pretending it's like... Do you guys ever fall asleep, like, marching? Or going on something physical? Like, in the army, you would actually reach a certain point where you actually would fall asleep while you're marching. I'm trying to do that right now while leveling. I'm just trying to not even think about it, dude. Just kill some shit, gives me some XP, follow the arrow. It is painful. This is the worst stretch of levels out of any class. And it's not that fun right now. But I'm just gonna think about the good life, man. Getting 60, doing some dungeons with the boys, being prot. Getting Flurry Axe, Skull Flame Shield. Just keep one foot in front of the other, man. Bay Area rent here, 675 square foot for $2,200 a month. Ooh, that's steep, bro. 675 square foot, it's like a garage, man. A little bit bigger. 2,200. Hate to see it. What can you do, though? Yeah. Does you want to go 60 ASAP? Yeah, man. I want to get back to 60 and keep doing the dungeons again. Cargo, if official hardcore service ever happened, do you think the community would embrace AH trading grouping, or were they still limited? Okay. I think hardcore will continue to be a thing. I'm not sure how popular it would be. I would still like be there, obviously, and do hardcore runs, but I think a lot of us would be, if they just rolled out a One Life WoW server, we would just, at least for a period of time, primarily just play that One Life WoW server. If there was AH, we would play with AH. Like, there would be no more DC appeals. There would be no more griefing appeals. All that would be out the window. And I don't want to rain on anybody's parade. There are some people who love hardcore, man. Like, they love everything about it. And, you know, if you wanted to, like, shut it down or tear it down, it would be disrespectful to those people, you know? So, keep the lights on with hardcore. 100%. It's still going to be fun, you know? Solo self-found. Still have its place on the hardcore server. But a lot of us would just be excited to play One Life WoW. Like, truly, you know? AH, it's fine, bro. Like, griefing, DC, whatever. Go wreck bomb, you won't be bored. Still doesn't work that well in Classic, though. I wish it did. Paladin must feel so slow after that Hunter. It does, yeah. And I'm full... I mean, I'm this is as aggressive as a build as you could possibly get. I went full single target anti-air. No compromise. Like, I don't even have cons. I don't really even have spiritual focus till now. I'm starting to build it up, so... I just wanted to swing by and say I enjoyed playing HC a ton. Hit 62 days ago, but at level 57 had a Lua error that wiped out my HC data. I streamed everything, but was told it would take too long to manually review my leveling footage. You streamed everything? I should be fine. I don't know, maybe the mods were swamped or something. Honestly, if you recorded everything, bro, you should be fine, bro. You can DM me. I'll take a look. It doesn't take that long to review the footage. Some mods do it different ways. How I do it is I look to see if it's organized. I look if there's a start point and end point. And then you can just pretty quickly, like, just keep skipping through it, you know. One chunk at a time, one chunk at a time. It takes me, I don't know, 20 minutes to look at a whole run. 1 to 60. It's not that bad. I'd be happy to review it for you, though, after 60. Yo, what's up, researcher? I'm doing alright, man. Why don't you use all the visual changes? I could. The only reason I really don't is that it's a pain in the ass to transition away from it. It actually takes a lot of setup to achieve that like really hyper immersive effect that I did before with the custom lighting settings and all that. And then once you get 60 and you're trying to focus a bit more, you have one life, it's harder to justify that setup, or if you're doing arena or something. So I did have that setup on Era, if you remember, when I started playing Era again outside of TBC. It was really cool because TBC was the sweaty environment. You could have everything looking like a Bloomberg terminal. And then Era, you could just have full Action Cam Andy mode enabled. And they wouldn't cross over because there were different clients or different add-on folders and stuff. I wouldn't mind it, and while leveling it does make it a bit more enjoyable, but then you have to disable all of it in 60. It's just a pain in the ass. Sancor has less damage than a Breadware. Yeah, I don't use either. I just like the 5% damage mitigation from Devo. I forgot you don't believe in Curse Forge. I use it now, actually. Yeah, I do use it. The setup is fresh, yo. Thank you, man. No Sanctity Aura as a troll for sure. Yeah, I don't know. We could try it. I mean, it's just 1 point to get Sank Aura. But I've been told by many big brain paladins in the past. I think back of all of our past, like, you know, theory crafting workshops and stuff, and they're very underwhelmed with Sanctity Aura. It's what is the overall damage increase Sanctity Aura would give you? If you just factor in that it is only holy damage, you know, it's 10% on your holy. So your holy damage includes your judgments of command as well as the 70% proc on this. You know, Diva Aura is a flat, pretty much at all levels, 5% damage reduction. Just taking 5% less damage, always and forever. Gets value against multiple mobs, you know. So if it's a 5% damage increase versus a 5% damage reduction, that's what it, I don't think it is a 5% damage increase though. It's my guess, maybe like 1% or like 2%. Versus a 5% damage mitigation and a reduction. And it works against, like, if I pull 5 mobs, I'm taking 5% damage from each one. Does seal twisting work in vanilla? I believe it does, but the consensus amongst the pallies is that it's just not worth it because it's so expensive. But it does work. Are you using the weapon that drops from ZF? Yeah. I looked into it. People were talking mad shit about it in like the Wowhead comments, saying how it was so bad. So I didn't really expect very much from it, but it is better than Bone Biter. I actually tested it a bit. It kills stuff faster than Bone Biter, I don't know what to tell you. And it's also kind of nice having a faster weapon in hardcore, because when you have that big, slow, beefy two-hander, and you get pretty unlucky with some parries, some dodges, some misses, whatever, you know, you can potentially go like 12, 15 seconds with no damage, and it just feels miserable. Having a bit of a faster 2-9, and you get these cool little interactions where you'll have the proc, this execution fatal wound proc, with Seal of Command proc, and they all like crit at the same time, and the mob just gets global, and it's kind of like fun to watch it happen. So it's a bit better than I thought it was gonna be, for whatever it's worth. What's seal twisting? Seal twisting is basically getting value from 2 seals at the same time, just for like a second, at the expense of mana. So you're like about to swing, and then like batch your swing in with the seal, with a new seal. Like it's like totem twisting. You get the double dip for like 1 millisecond, but it costs a lot of mana. What if mages drop portals right before the tough raid boss pulls? It could work. It could be a disaster though, bro. I don't know if it's more of a liability than it is a positive, because somebody, you know, we've all misclicked on mage portals before, right? Someone drops one near the raid, it's like a classic, right? Someone takes it and they're like, yo, summon back. Somebody could fuck up and just click this portal, right? Also, these SOM boss fights are way longer. We did a full clear on the beta, and a lot of the fights were like 5-6 minutes even. So the mage portal is only going to last for 1 minute, and so it just may not do anything. But I think everybody will be coordinated. No one will fuck up. When the time comes, everybody's going to be like super dialed in. So maybe we could drop them at a certain spot, and just in case, like as a small little hedge against disaster for the first minute. I'm not even so sure though you can take portals in combat. I've never tested it myself. Everybody thinks you can, but I've never seen somebody just like verify it and do it. We should just do that one of these dungeons though, and just try it on. I'm leveling enhanced in TBC at the moment. Do you recommend going resto closer to 70? Enhanced seems like a vibe in TBC, just in then those early... Yeah, you might have to at 70 though, just so you can find dungeon groups. Yo, can enhancement shamans tank dungeons in TBC? I almost forgot, like just normals? If they can. See, maybe you could, but I doubt anybody's gonna want to go with the shaman tank actually. Yeah, probably have to go resto. You have Seal of Command now, wait until less than 0.4 seconds before the melee hit, then switch seals, so you get 2x of the seal on command. Low level dungeons, yeah, I'm just thinking, you know, like the Outlands dungeons. Threat gets removed from Rockbiter. Oh, really? But doesn't it get added to something like Frost, the Frost one or something? Does it look like there's a role you need more of? Healers. Yeah, for sure. But at the same time, that's what we've been saying for weeks and weeks, and the most popular class and race has been Dwarf Priest so far, which I'm no complaints here, but still think it'll probably be healers. Yo, what up, Wink? Good to see you, bro. Yo, I will be... Give me 30 seconds, guys. I will be right back. I can hear you so... I can't hear you. No, there's no voices. Never mind. I'll hear my webcam if I start taking damage. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Yo, I heard the noise. I'm coming. I'm coming, man. Oh, okay, we're back. Oh, dude. That was pretty terrifying, hearing a bear mauling me. Ah, dude, okay. Wireless headphones for the window. I want to raid as Rhett in R2R. Can you guys take me? Probably not, bro. We'll keep it a $150 with you. We talked in our last guild meeting about like our guiding light is just going to be it's just going to be success in killing Rag, you know? Even if you're a streamer or whatever, it doesn't guarantee you a slot. Like, I'm a bit terrified. I'm not guaranteed a slot, guys, right now, probably, because I'm going Pally, and, you know, keep it a secret just between you and me, but I have no Pally healing experience in raids. No, I feel like I can press Flash of Light and be fine, and, like, train up very quickly and get geared and do all that, but I'm gonna have to sell the squad on taking a inexperienced Holy Pally. You know, or I could go Hunter, right? If it meant I could get a slot. And like, maybe I'll just transfer all my materials on my Hunter to someone else, and somebody else can be the bank alt. But it's pretty savage, man. Because we're just trying to make it a success, you know? Out of respect for everybody's time that they're putting into this, like, we can't take anything but the absolute best that we can muster. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing though, Cold Logic's, like, a lot of us, Duran was saying this yesterday, a lot of us are going to play SOM all year and play primarily hardcore on it. We will raid MC after. We will do other things after. This is our home for the next year, bro. So, you know, get involved, man. You can still join the HC Elite Guild and just kick it and make friends and stuff, and I wouldn't worry about it. Like, you know, some people, maybe like 50% is going to leave after Road to Rag and go live their best lives on Jam Kabar or whatever, but there's a good amount of us that are going to stick around. Where are all the monitors in the background? I was thinking about getting like another TV over on that wall, but yo, I never had a surround sound system until just yesterday. I bought one. They're actually pretty good, guys. It's not a scam. Compared to TV speakers, it sounds way better. And they have them wireless now these days, so you don't have to actually do some intricate wiring. It's pretty much just plug and play. But not for my computer, it's for my TV. Yeah, I've been getting that feedback a lot, BMN, but the sound is a bit low quality. I think it's my new headphones. I gotta figure it out. Sorry about that. Fortunately, Red is a massive troll in Classic, and this is coming from a Ret main for 10 plus years in retail days. Yeah, there it is. But I really wouldn't let that inhibit you from participating in the community, man. There's some good people here, and we'll be around even after the event's over. World buff meta is what held Hunters in Vanilla Classic back. I think Hunters, while they're probably not going to be top DPS, it is so much more fun to play Hunter now in Classic. How they made all the buffs affect Hunters now, like Mongoose, and stuff got changed from ranged attack power just to regular attack power. It's only like True Shot Aura that's still ranged attack power, right? Maybe they should just make True Shot Aura regular attack power too, though. Give Hunters a little bit more utility and buff them a little bit. But it feels really good to play Hunter right now in Classic. What surround setup did you go with? I just got the Sonos Arc. Oh, Sonos is so nice, man. I used to have Sonos speakers back in the day. I have a Sony TV, so I just got the Sony system. I wanted to like keep the brand all streamlined. But yeah, it's been pretty good so far. What I love about hardcore is it allows you to play WoW how you want. If you want to be red, be red. If you want to be survival, play survival. Well, totally, yeah, because, you know, the metric for success isn't just speed and efficiency. You know, it's survivability, and that's a huge factor. So, I'm really curious to see how the raid is set up, what the comp looks like. I don't have the first clue on how to set that up. Like, we're gonna need some big brains to help us with that, and I also this weekend want to test out. I think we should test out different raid leads. I don't really enjoy raid leading. I'm not very good at it. But I think like maybe this weekend we would test like Parl out, for example. He would raid lead, test the vibe out, and then, or maybe we just alternate every week or something. Then Duran, Melderon. We need to start building some synergy though, as a group playing together in a raid setting. One of you guys had a really good idea of farming Echoes and Winter Spring together as a group, just to move around together. Dying for a Graze red raid, Graze lead raid. I think Graze is kind of like me. We both don't really enjoy or have the raid expertise to raid lead. I don't want to see just streamers raid lead. I mean, I feel you, bro, but honestly, how else are you supposed to find out? Like, these people are public facing, you know, they're good communicators, you would think, at least, because they stream. And, you know, you need to look at something tangible to pick what raid leads. Like one person that came to mind recently, he's not even really a streamer, he's starting to stream now, is the guy Yam HC. That was the dude that, I can't even believe it, honestly. He leveled a Paladin to 53, and Grace and I were about the same level. He's playing this class that I'm struggling with right now, and was actually zooming solo Pally, not doing really any dungeons, and he died in Ungoro. He's on Warrior now, and he played on Erugal. He was rank 14, Scarab Lord, main tank, raid lead for. He got the. You remember ZG? I casted the ZG World First race, and an Oceanic guild took it. Pretty sure that was his guild. People really like him a lot. I like him a lot. I think he could be a good raid lead.
Shout out from a corporate Andy living vicariously.
He also tanks Skolo. Oh, he's been tanking everything. Yeah, he's got a really good mind for the game. Whoever knows the raid's best should raid lead, in theory. Yeah, it's not even just that, though. I think another factor towards raid leading is getting somebody who would raid lead who isn't that, like, power hungry or whatever. That they're not going to be too high up on a horse or something where they can't take feedback. Right? They can't take negative feedback. Gotta pick somebody who's gonna be balanced, man. I've been watching his stream. Yam knows his shit 100%. Oh yeah, I really like his stream a lot. Ampi for raid lead. Oh yeah. Well, here's my suggestion. I'm gonna suggest it to the group next time we meet. For this first raid, Parla and Ampi working together. Ampi is kind of the silent but deadly type. Incredible mind for the game. But I'm not sure if he enjoys speaking and speaking loudly and like delegating and like shouting at people and stuff like that. Like I don't think he likes that. He just loves the game and wants to be a gamer through and through. So if you had like a little two-man team and like Parla and Ampi were working together. What about Navik? Navik could be a great option too, you know? There's a lot of potential great people in this role, but I don't think he's 60 yet. And even if he does get 60 in time, at least for this first one, I think it's too soon because you won't have any gear or whatever. Like Parla, Ampi, they've been running the dungeons. They've been 60 for a while. They got some stripes on their shoulders. Stacy was pretty good. Yeah, he actually really did impress me with his raid leading skills. I gotta say, he is a really good raid leader. I don't think he wants to though. I think he said that before, and Yeah, I don't think he wants to. And he can be a bit polarizing to some people too. You know, it'd be nice to just get. I don't think anybody's gonna have any problems with Parla and not be working together.
Hey Karg, I know you're getting asked a lot of questions about WoW, but I have one question for you. How's your garden going? I loved learning about it back in the day. Much love.
Yeah, you've got some people that remember the garden arc. Dude. Yo, Garrett Fox with the 2 as well. Shout out from Corporate Eddie Living Vicariously. Yo, thank you very much, Garrett, for the 2, bro. Happy to give you some enjoyment, man. And Zerpy, thank you for the 2 as well. I am a typical millennial. I got really into gardening for a little bit. Really fixated on it. It was an arc. Over-invested on a lot of equipment and stuff. You know, spent a couple grand into getting all this high-tech gardening stuff. I grew 1 season of like tomatoes and stuff. I had a good time doing it, you know, but it was a massive loss. Like, it didn't really like, but it was still really fun, you know. It was valuable to learn all that stuff. Growing zucchinis and tomatoes, and had a really massive bounty. It was a lot of fun, but I haven't touched it since. It was like a one and done arc. We do have some raised beds in the back of this new house. They're a bit beat up, but maybe you can repair them and maybe I'll get it going again. I do want to get my daughter into gardening though, man. I look back on my own life. You guys ever just look back on your own life and just realize how scuffed it was in some respects? One thing in my life, yo, thank you very much, Dinner with Chad with the tier 1. Fucking, God, man, like, my relationship with eating out and, like, you know, just foods and stuff growing up was so scuffed, man. Like, we were just kind of left up to our own devices. Like, even in elementary school, I was going to, like, Manor Deli with friends, and you just you don't value your supply chain of food. You don't understand food. Your food is, like, very alien to you. It's just not good, man. Like none of us. I grew up in the suburbs for the most part. I mean, I grew up internationally up until the last grade of elementary school, so like 5th grade, and then moving here. I mean, no one really like gardened or did anything in the suburbs of New York. People just kind of ate out all the time, and that's not the play, man, I swear. In many ways, growing up in the suburbs, you become kind of useless. The people out in the sticks, they're learning how to do things with their hands. I remember when I first like joined the army and was doing my training, there was like the city kids who were really like cultured and knew a lot about different, you know, foods. And that was their strength, you know, just having, and also like kind of like really socialized to other cultures and all these things. It was okay. But the country, the kids that grew up in the country, which is probably the majority, they're all dipping and stuff, and they were so handy. And like if you grow up in the country, you just like learn how to tinker with stuff. I think it's just very much baked into your childhood. They could like fix cars. They all like had fired like 9 million guns and are super proficient at that respect. Just had a lot of hard skills and stuff. Where people from the city like had none, and like no kid from the city had ever fired a gun or anything like that. And it's just interesting, man. Or you're not playing your hunter. He's a bank alt right now, essentially. It would be nice to almost just kind of brainwash, not like brainwash, but kind of brainwash your kids to like really like growing food. Like imagine you could eat a tomato or something and actually genuinely be like awestruck by how tasty that tomato is. You know, some people are like that, right? Like even vegetarians, I bet you they eat a carrot, it's like the best thing ever. You know? A lot of us WoW degens, man, we're just like fucking Chick-fil-A, like, you know, like, it's just so fucking, it's so far removed, man. Some people you could just eat a potato, and it's like the best thing. I'm a suburb kid. I think the worst part of seeing the country part of my family was the intense amounts of racism. Yeah. Yeah, it's everywhere though. It's everywhere, just in different forms. But that's one thing, you know, like you just don't fixate on that stuff. You just focus on succeeding. You just focus on picking goals and doing it. If you're just like super busy on picking goals and trying to succeed and like just get better at stuff, kind of just tune all that stuff out. Yo, what up, Immortal? Good to see you, bro. Click on the 2 pouches hanging. Oh, yeah, we gotta get this. Okay. Man, I wish I could play WoW trying to renovate my kitchen in time for Christmas. Hopefully, I can try Road to Rag over Christmas by finishing time. Oh, yeah, you got plenty of time, man. And like I said before, like there's a bunch of us that'll be sticking around even after the event's over. We're hardcore players, man. It's the new normal. It's the new normal for us, so we'll be around, man. No rush. Yo, what's up, Nova? Good to see you, bro. Thanks, man. You run Ulda yet? I did. I ran Ulda and ZF, yep. I'm looking for a Mara group today if anybody's around. Anybody's got a 50 plus or high 40s. Is there a hardcore PvP server? No, but I'd love to see one. But the thing is, with the hardcore PvP server, they'd have to... It would take a lot of elbow grease to try to set it up for success. Whereas, you know, a hardcore PvE server would be very turnkey. You could just disable respawn. And ideally, you know, disable auction house as well. You ever visit New Hampshire? Probably did, man. I went to boarding school up in the Berkshire area. Berkshires. Up in... My boarding school was in New Lebanon, New York. It was like way up in the boonies. And we played a lot of, you know, sports with other schools that were from those areas and stuff. Hunter already in Prebis? He's about 60% of the way, I'd say. But my Hunter's pretty much dead. For now. What's after R2R for HC on SOM? Just continue raiding, gearing up dungeons? Yeah. Yeah, we got this community, man. We're just gonna keep, you know, leveling up new classes, trying new things. I think so far, hardcore endgame content has been a hit. I think it has exceeded our expectations in terms of both fun, viewership, challenge. It's a hit. And I don't think we'll ever be able to go back to it feeling like a leveling challenge. Is that sad? Kinda sad. Because leveling is a great part of the game. And maybe it's just me. But I don't know if the hardcore community can ever go back to just being a leveling community. Maybe it can. Maybe there still is the interest. That's what we were, though, before all this, before this Road to Rag stuff. You know? And everybody's thinking endgame dungeons. And leveling is a piece of the pie on the way up to the endgame stuff. Yo, what's up, Josito? What's up, man? Good to see you, bro. Congrats on 60, man. World first trio. Congrats, man. You and Bobka and Sart. Honestly, I was telling this to Bobka and Sart the other day. You know, Josito. People come in, they say, "Ah, oh, duo is so easy, man. Trio is so easy." And I understand why they feel that way. But I really feel like they underestimate the other piece, which is coordinating that trio, coordinating that duo, just dealing with people for that amount of time. It's so easy to fuck up. It's almost more easy to fuck up if you're in a duo or a trio. I swear, only people who have played it themselves will know. That I, honest to God, no copium, believe it is harder. Right now, I'm sitting by myself, just killing green gnolls, talking to chat, vibing, like, talking about whatever. Doesn't even matter, you know? If I'm with somebody, there's like an expectation to like pump, you know? Like, we gotta keep pushing. Like, we're not just gonna go kill one green mob at a time. You're gonna do some stupid shit. You're gonna keep pushing the envelope. You're gonna cut corners. You're gonna do, you know what I'm saying? So, big, massive respect for what you guys accomplished. I couldn't even imagine doing it in a trio. Just the scheduling is giving me like a headache thinking about it. That's insane. Duo is easier for sure. Trio a lot harder. Yeah, I do think duo is a great sweet spot though. I love the dynamic. Even in other games in the past, like I've talked about this before, like Halo. My favorite bracket in Halo was double team. Me and my buddy Chris back in the day. We were pretty damn good at Halo 2, man. We were pretty damn good. We did like those game battles tournaments. We went to one of the MLG Meadowlands in New Jersey one time. My buddy's Jim's mom drove us in a minivan out there, and we were like a duo, two team. We were nasty at double team. It was our highest bracket back in the day. We idolized, you know, Ogre 1, Ogre 2. Watching all those early compilations. I remember seeing Ogre 1 and Ogre 2 at a GameStop one time. Like the most legendary shit. What happened to your WoW cave? It is no more, man. Sold the house. I'm in a new house now. Double team, yeah. I also like the solo bracket. It was the Slayer was pretty fun. Oh, actually all of them were fun. Come to think of it. But the solo, I forgot what it was called. I think it was called Lone Wolf. Where you're playing solo oddball and everybody's just independent. I was pretty good at that one. Haven't watched your stream in a minute, but just wanted to say the road to 60, watching you and Grace get more and more sleep deprived was amazing content. I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. Dude, dealing with people during that grind, especially with little sleep, is rough. Tensions can get high. I did 1 to 60 on classic launch in a few days and we were at some throats. Yeah. Yup. Yo, that's the interesting thing about people in general, though. I wonder how you guys deal with it. There's this cycle. And I'd like to think that I'm on the easier side to be around for long periods of times. I have plenty of downsides to that, though. I'm easy to be around because I'm kind of like a type B personality. Like I'm pretty like chill. Like I'm not like that's like super organized and like picky about lots of things. I'll just kind of eat whatever, do whatever, like pretty go with the flow and stuff. Like my wife is like very like punctual, specific, organized, everything in its place, like immaculate, all that. So she got good grades and I got bad grades. But what I'm getting at is you meet people, right? Men, women, whoever, anyone, and it starts off great, and you're pretty like inspired by their personality, and it's awesome. It's kind of like that honeymoon phase, like they're just like insane, and then this just happens to everybody. And then the more time you spend around them, and no one is immune to it, you get to see like the flaws in their humanity, you know, like the flaw or you get to see the cracks in the armor form, and then people kind of just grow apart. It happens with like almost damn near everybody, you know? And at a certain point, you just have to like pick certain people where you've seen their good side, you've seen their bad side, you kind of know what they're capable of in both respects, and you just kind of like choose them. And you're like, yep, this person's part of my life, you know? Happens, I'm sure, with streamers, happens with just everything. Like, there's nobody that's just perfect. Or, you know what I'm saying? It is always too good to be true with everything, you know? Like, you just have to, like, compromise and stuff, you know? Are you gonna trash farm on your hunter? My hunter's dead, Gordon. Well, not actually dead, but, like, he's just a bank. He's a bank boy. He's a teller. Have you played Infinite at all? No, I've been seeing the commercials, though, on it. Looks pretty fun. Head to head was the one to win in Halo, was it? I thought it was Lone Wolf. You might be right though. What if they had an official hardcore PvE server but with some cute arenas? Losing team dies, winning team gets massive rewards titles. Well, one thing that we did was the Makoras. Did anybody here see the one between Gray and me? So that one wasn't that planned, we just did it. It was very impromptu because there was a maintenance being planned, or something happened that we were just like, you know what, why don't we just do this? Dude, that has potential, man. We don't even need Blizzard support. Like, we could just do stuff. Like, that has potential, man. If there was an actual story built up between two people that were beefing or something, and we facilitated an actual structured Makara, and it was like casted and stuff, you know, we can do that stuff right now, even without Blizzard support. I could sense it while we were doing it, like, man, this could be hyped to watch. No, the Hunter, I basically retired him. Ooh, ooze-covered mithril. Nice. That is nice. Hunter is alive, yeah. He's just, he's safeguarding all of the main recipes and stuff that we've gotten. Raise risk tactics, that'd be a good one. Sounds cringe, bro. It sounds cringe, and a lot of things that are actually really sick are right on that borderline between cringe and epic. And in the right hands, I'm not even saying they're my hands. Somebody can make something truly legendary and epic. But in the wrong hands, it's extremely cringe and, like, nauseating. A lot of stuff in hardcore is right on that line. But the older you get, man, I do feel like you just kind of embrace the cringe. I'm not even quite there yet, too. I mean, you know, isn't that the whole idea behind, like, dad jokes and stuff? Like, dad jokes, or... Even Grays is kind of like this, too. I admire him for it. They just fucking send it, dude. I don't even care, man. I don't care what people think. Send it. Who cares? What's the worst they can think of? You think you're corny or think that you're cringe? Like, is that even really that bad? Does that mean you're like an evil person or whatever? Like, it's not even bad. It's just whatever. Yo, I can't lie, brother. What's up with the game volume? Sounds ass. I don't know, bro. I guess my headphones are fucked up. I love telling dad jokes in Jamin streams because he fucking hates them. Yeah. What made you change your class? I just thought Paladin would have more impact than Hunter, and it's pretty fun and fresh. And in a hardcore environment... Ooh, these are pretty good. In a hardcore environment, I think Paladin's the best class in the game. I really do. I really do believe Paladin is the best class in the game for hardcore. And I'm talking... Not only does it have the utility that hybrids have, but on a broader note, you just feel safe on a Paladin. You can actually go around the open world and play the game like normal. Not much can kill you, if you're paying attention. Seriously, not much can kill you. And that's really, really nice. That is a really, really nice feeling. Freed from the hive. Okay. Whereas on the Hunter, man, I was feeling very vulnerable at all times, and I know you think, oh, you can just feign death. You're still playing a class that is... You just don't have much self-healing or anything, you know? Like, all you got is your health pool plus potion tuber. That's it. You get some casters on you or something, you get a resist, man, you're just paper, man. If your pet dies, you're paper. It's hard to explain. Maybe for a more seasoned hunter, I would be feeling a bit safer. I never felt safe on that hunter. I only felt safe in a dungeon with the boys. I just thought I was gonna, you know, and that's the thing too. If you just fall off something on a hunter, you're done, right? You could try to spam Noggin Fogger in time. If you fall off something on a pally, you can bubble, you know? You start taking fatigue damage on a pally because you went too far out into the ocean, you can just bubble. You can cheat the game a little bit and keep your guy alive. Hunter? So many people die on Hunter in hardcore. I'd be interested in seeing some statistics, actually. There's a chance it's one of the highest mortality rate classes on hardcore. No cap. And again, on paper, you know, it's obviously a very strong leveling class, but... Sound is okay here? Oh, okay, nice. Yo, what up, bro, man? Good to see you. Big Winky. Yo, Winky, you wanna come over, bro? Yo, come through, man. Some Coors Light. I need help mounting this other TV. I've been collecting stats for deaths 1 to 18. I have about 500 deaths collected. Oh, nice. Did I just hear Coors Light? Yeah, man. Come through. I'll get a big case. We'll break some bread, get some food. You gonna turn that room into a sick-looking room like the old one? It's possible I would, but I think I'm over it, man. I think right now. I'm gonna try to just go for a different vibe. Just clean. No dust. No collectibles all over the place. Just gonna try to be a normie, man. Just embrace it. Oh, what you doing Friday? I'm doing Friday. Not sure, bro. I'll probably be around. Let's not go through Camp Mahache. We need some famous streamers on EU side. Yo, I saw this one guy. He was German and he was streaming to 500, and he was on the EU side. You know what I'm talking about? I think his name started with a K. How can I play hardcore? Go to classichc.net. All the info there is to the Discords and the rule set and everything's on there. Add-on. One life PvP server would be sick. I agree. It would, but it wouldn't be sustainable. That would be the main issue. Because people would eventually get high level and then just start relentlessly murdering low levels to the point where it'd be like unplayable and completely like just kill the server. Might not be fun. If they were gonna do a hardcore PvP server, if they had to do it, how should they do it? I think it would be a monthly reset. I know that sounds crazy. Don't even think of it as like, wow, just think of it as something else, you know? Because that whole, you know, slowly progressing your character, getting stronger and stronger and rating and all that, it's out the window. This is something else. It would be monthly reset, and you essentially get to experience that hype and those fun skirmishes of a fresh PvP server, but with one life and without anybody getting too far ahead for too long, being able to just kill off all the lobies and end the server. You know, it would just reset in a month. And there would probably be some leaderboards or something around it as well. But I think it would have to be a very short lifespan, then reset, because people are going to be dying left and right, and I don't think you could do a year-long PvP server. Rotating PvP zones? Ooh, man, that's an interesting idea. Never thought about that.
Peace be with you.
Yeah, if they were gonna do it though, it would just require some
Good luck, friend.
require some elbow grease.
Elune Adore.
Okay, fly to Feather Moon.
Good luck, friend.
They could make it so you can't PvP against others that aren't your levels. Yeah, I don't know though. I just feel like that very quickly makes that feeling of a hardcore PvP server go away. If you could only fight someone within a few levels of you. It has to feel truly dangerous and savage, but still somehow not have it so 60s are just like killing level 21s in Stone Talon or something. And I think with this short lifespan, it wouldn't be so bad. Even if a couple rogues raced up to 60 and started doing that, it would only be, you know, a week or two of them doing that before the server would reset, and people could just try to dodge them best they could. Why did you make an exception for people who die who are PvP griefers, who are PvPing griefers? That one was a bit split in terms of the mod team. Our guiding light with this is not giving the griefers anything, at the expense of the integrity of our game mode. Fully aware of that. The game mode is worse. The game mode is less cohesive. It is less easy to understand. It's less accessible on all fronts. The game mode of hardcore degenerates a bit, but you have to do it because these griefers are scum, man. And if Blizzard's not gonna try to like protect us like sufficiently, you just got to do what you can so that they get nothing. But at the same note, it feels kind of like a weird rule as well. I agree with you. It's not like some. It's not great, you know. Like ideally, there's so many rules that we ideally just wouldn't even have to have or anything. But we're trying to make the best out of like a flawed situation. We're coexisting with multi-life characters as one-life characters. So with that, and this world is so complex, and there's so much that's like going on, so many weird ways to like break the game, that there's gonna have to be some weird like homebrew blend of rule set to try to just keep the ship above water, you know? But like I said before, many of us look forward to a day where there's just a real hardcore server, one life, anything goes. Oh man, just take your politician hat off. You have to understand, guys, I really don't like dealing with like the drama and the conflict and having to like play some like political role in the hardcore community. I really don't enjoy it at all. I really, really, truly do not. It's it makes you less motivated to play and all those things. Like I would be very excited to just play on a one life server.
How are you?
If there's one thing you take away from like all my opinions and stuff, it's just one life WoW works, and it works super well, man. One life WoW. It's just insane, man. It changes everything.
Looking for something specific?
And then also death equals delete. Those are like the most important ones. Delete or transfer off the server, like which they might be able to do on a real hardcore server. The thing is, they realistically won't stop griefing even if somebody kills them a few times. No, but you don't have to. So you just have to delay them and fuck with them long enough until Blizzard can ban them. So yeah, and I don't want to spiral down into some like doomer rant about griefers because I've done that one too many times. But at the same time, we should come together against them. You know, we will report them. You know, we shouldn't tolerate like, you know, that type of behavior where people are trying to just bring others down. You know, they're forcing PvP on a PvE server, so we report them, and Blizzard will ban them, but we gotta like stall them out and just fuck with them for as long as possible until they do get banned. And they are getting banned. Some of them have already gotten banned. You may have noticed if you go onto the Horde side and add some of the people, they're not online anymore. So anyway, but let's just move on from it. Griefers suck, man. Yeah, no, I feel you, Derek. I mean, you just gotta... We're just hanging in there. A lot of us are just hanging in there. How are they able to grief on a PvE server? There's like some buggy-ass items that force PvP on a PvE server. And like I said, I gave an update a little bit earlier. Blizzard's on the same page, and they're working to make things better, so...
Elune be with you. Elune light your path.
Yo, what up, Seamus? What's up, man? Good to see you, bro. Happy holidays, man. Really good to see you, man. What's up, Will Porks? Thank you, man. I really appreciate your view on the griefers. As someone who died from one emceeing my mechanical target, it's unfair to let them make us start over and over again with no risk of... Yeah. Yep. Man. If you want the best case study as to why, you know, you should try to do everything so the griefers get nothing, is you look at somebody like Norfolk, or you look at some of the older folks who are playing WoW. They're not that sweaty. There are people playing hardcore right now that are not that sweaty, guys. Like, They're not looking for the next rush. They're just trying to play and enjoy. And even there's some RP guilds that have Soul of Iron and stuff, right? Like, they're just trying to, like, relax and play. It could be your mom, your dad, your sister, you know? And those people that aren't on that savage, like, wavelength, and they're just, like, getting fucked with and dying and losing their Soul of Iron and, like, getting demoralized, quitting the game. You know, it's just it's fucked up, man.
What brings you here? Good luck, friend.
Yo, what's up, Oxy? Good to see you, bro. Good morning, man. restedxp is on subscription or permanent? Oh, it's permanent. It's a permanent thing. Just one time. Talking about grievers, weren't you and Stay Safe talking about sacrificing people in MC and shit? Like, I don't know the details, but sacrificing people who spent days? No, we never talked about that ever. Never talked about that ever. Nope. Never one time. We have said in the past that people are almost certainly going to die. But we've never said anything about, like, cannon fodder characters. I think that would be, like, really detrimental. It doesn't really achieve anything. They just send people in there to go die. The number one thing with raid comp, with prep, with everything, the number one guiding light, like as I said before, for the griefer thing, you know, is to shut the griefers down. It's like the guiding light for that dimension of the rule set. But on the progressing through and killing Ragnaros side, the number one guiding light is just respecting people's time and all the amount of hours and days they put into it, right? So doing everything that we can that doesn't feel like we're trolling people's time, like going in there unprepared, going in there with a less than optimal comp, going in there without the proper preparation, going in there without the proper mindset and all that. What is actually the outcome if someone ninja pulls MC and everyone dies? Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen, but if it did happen, we would probably, if I had to guess, gun to my head, don't hold me to this, if it did happen, we'd probably say, yep, we did fail the event, because if it was the most scuffed ninja pull Leroy thing, it's so public that no one is ever going to let you live that down. No one's going to count your achievement. They're going to be like, Road to Ragnaros, it's over, it's over. So we'd accept the L and be like, all right, Road to Ragnaros is over. But internally, just as a group, I think we would respawn and do it. We would do it again. And you could say we failed Road to Rag or whatever. It's all good. I don't think it's going to happen, though, you know? But, because, you know, if we pulled the whole death appeal policy because somebody, like, started spamming gamer words and pulled the whole raid, no one's gonna let you live that down, man. It's just the internet. But I do think internally we would respawn and get it done, and just know amongst ourselves, maybe we wouldn't stream it or anything, that we did it. But I don't think it's gonna happen.
I am listening. Farewell.
Shit, I think my headphones died. Can you hear my game volume, like, coming through the mic now? Is it horrible? We need background checks on the raid roster. Like, no cap. Is it fine, really? I'll keep playing. I'll just turn off the stream. Can hear it? Not horrible, though. Alright, let me just keep playing for a little bit. If it's really bad, I'll come back later. But, we were talking about, I mean, we shouldn't bring people into the raid that people don't trust. Is that fair? I don't know if that's fair. Because it seems very selective, it seems very favoritism-y. But honestly, is that such a bad thing with one life on the line? You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to, like, have a fair process of selecting people. But if somebody has sick gear, for example, right? Sick gear, but nobody's ever played with them, they have no mic, and or what if they did something really shady and, like, fuck someone over really bad, but, you know, you wouldn't take them based on that or something, you know, because you can't trust them. Here we go. I knew this was gonna happen. What do you mean? I wouldn't be risking bringing in people you can't trust. Maybe they need to come up with a one personal reference, like a job. I mean, my whole thing was, I think people should be able to get into a voice call, like almost like a cringe interview or something, right? And talk to the group. Like, we just all be in voice, and you just like kind of introduce yourself or just talk to everybody, like kind of build some rapport with the group, and that would be a stepping stone towards it. People in non-hardcore raids already don't bring people they don't trust. Yeah. Sure. What is the criteria of getting trust? Exactly. It's tough, right? All you can do, pretty much, at the end of the day, is do your best for every person. And I think everyone interprets that differently. But I swear on my life, even with a lot of these roofing situations or whatever happens, I swear on my life, I try to do my best for every person. And sometimes you make the wrong call, sometimes you make the right call. But you try to do your best for them in the situation. You know, if they're in a bad spot, you try to help them, or as long as you just try to do that. And because you know in your mind when you fuck someone over, you know what I'm saying? And I've never fucked anyone over, man. Always used to be a requirement for every guild I've been is you be in a VoIP? What's that? I'd get off on playing the role though through the whole process only to backstab later. Yeah, I mean it's true. I just don't think. I mean, you'd have to level all the way to 60, and we should probably also have some sort of system or be on the same page. Like everybody is accountable for everybody else, and if you'll see somebody like nifty stopwatching off into the distance to go pull stuff. If that's the case, you know, you'd have a recourse. Be like, all right, you know, Tommy's trolling. This was his moment. He's been waiting for months, plotting and planning. Here he goes, guys. You know the plan. Mages start the portals. Everybody, you know, pop swiftness potion. Let's get out of here. Isn't that what the appeal process is for? Yes, but okay. Hypothetically, in a situation where there's a Leroy Jenkins and it's like the most elaborate troll of all time, and they come in there and they pull the entire instance and somehow actually pull it off and wipe the entire raid. You cannot appeal your way out of that. At least IMO. The internet will never forgive you. Like I said, you know, you just have to take the L gracefully. I still think we're gonna respawn and do it ourselves, and people can think for, you know, whatever they want. We'll say we failed the road to rag, you know, it's the biggest failure, blah 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 blah. But you know what I'm saying? Like the appeal process can only go so far. If it's like a big thing, 300k people watching, you know. Yeah, I don't think anyone will either as well. It's actually a very high quality group so far. Yeah. There have been multiple people on Reddit that said that they're only leveling up to go full Leroy. I don't think they're gonna make it though, man. I don't think they're gonna make it. And if they do make it, they're gonna die in the dungeons. Like, you know, we're all talking to each other. I've never felt more part of a guild than with this. Everybody is very like selfless, sharing everything. Because there's actually a direct incentive to share everything and to get people stronger. Because the better people perform, the higher chance your character survives, and that we are all chasing this juicy gamer cloud of, you know, doing the one life rag and stuff, you know. The incentives are aligned so that people are on the same page, very team oriented, sharing everything. Man, I really need to get this ore out of my bag. Yo, black vitriol, is this used for anything? Can I just vendor this? Need water too.
May the stars guide you.
Like people send in their home address to join the raid. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Seamus, I thought about that, bro. Like doing an actual DocuSign or something, be like, yo, face cam DocuSign. I don't think it's gonna go that far. It's just a video game, obviously, but you know, the thought has crossed my mind. What is the most in-demand class spec for R2R? I would say that what we've been saying for weeks and weeks is healers. I don't know if that's the case, though. I think it still is the case. We have a ton of Dwarf Priests, but... you know, it might be Warlock, though, to be honest with you. We need a lot of Warlocks for MC, and for some reason people didn't want to live Warlocks. And you really need a lot in MC. Fly to Teldrassil? Why? Oh, please, God, no. Teldrassil? Come on, man. Oh my God, okay, fine.
With you.
Teldrassil. I guess we can just talk and chill for a minute. Yo, Cargo's new room is looking really nice and fresh. What are you getting wifey and baby for Christmas? Ooh, that's a good one, actually. It's a fun talking point. I was thinking about getting the wife like a wireless charging mat. I'm all about the wireless charging now. So the Tesla has this feature that can charge your phone, but I never had the case for it, so I never was really able to use it. And my wife got me a new case for my phone, and I just put it down on just next to me, and it started charging. It blew my fucking mind, dude. It was so sick. So I've been looking into like wireless charging, and there's this little thing. It's like a little circle you could just put down, like a mat, a circle mat, and anything you put on it just charges. That'd be one thing. I was also thinking about maybe like one of those robot vacuums. I don't know if they work very good though. My wife likes to sew a lot. I got her a sewing thing, sewing setup last year. Man, I had something in mind. Kind of blanking right now. Never buy your wife a vacuum for Christmas? A lesson my dad taught me? Yo, is that truth? Don't get her a vacuum? Oh shit. She's very practical though. I don't think she would mind. I have a robot vacuum, I had it for 4 years. It's awesome. I never have to vacuum. I have like a big house. Wireless sucks and wanting to use the phone. Also slow charge. Yeah. I could see that. Depends on the wife, yeah. My wife is half Vietnamese, so she's very practical. She gets that. So she's half Vietnamese and half French. Get her some cute boots. Oh yeah, she loves shoes, that's for sure. Thing is, okay, some of you might have wives like this or your husbands, or, you know, she is like very picky, just about everything. If I tried to get her boots or jewelry, it's always going to be a failure. It will never be the correct size or fit or whatever. Always better to go straight gift card. Gift card, or like she has to pick it, you know? No shot. 0% chance it would work. She would probably get upset, honestly. Never buy her jewelry? Yeah, man. Guys can't buy girl clothes, never works, 100%. Even if it was nice, right, and you actually did everything, I think it's out of principle they would return it and pick something else themselves. But yeah, what about you guys? You guys getting anything cool? You want some gift ideas from you guys? I did this funny gift last year. It was kind of a waste in hindsight. You can buy like a little plot of land in Scotland for somebody, and then they become like a duke or a duchess or something. There's some title you get. I bought a couple of those last year. A lord, yeah. You've seen those cheesy ads. I actually fell for it. I bought a couple of them. The lordship scab, yep. It does support like some charity though or something though. Got an amp for a sound system. Ooh, nice. Acrylic paint set. That's pretty sick. Oh man, I got this thing called the Amazon Echo Show, I think it's called. I'm sure some of you have it. I gotta let you guys know, man. It's actually so sick. I've used Echoes and stuff in the past. They've never really done it for me. They've been okay, and I've used them as like alarm clocks and like for timers and stuff. They've been okay. This one is so nice. It like has completed the circuit in my mind. It is so freaking cool. It's basically like an iPad mounted on a pretty high quality speaker, almost like a Sonos type speaker. It pivots around and swivels around and follows you around. Has so much functionality built into it, and because it has that because it has that screen, and it's not just because before it didn't have that screen, right? It was just a speaker. It's so nice and useful, man. I don't know, it's hard for me to convey, but you can order a pizza from it. You can, you know, you can set it up so you can, you know, play music on across all your Echo devices. You can, man, you can do anything. I swear, you can watch Twitch on it. You can watch Twitch on it. You can watch YouTube on it. Why aren't you running Strat and all of them with Grace? My hunter, I decided to just retire him so he could safeguard all of our recipes. He's just essentially our bank, our guild bank right now. So I'm leveling up this Pally, trying to catch up. Can I chew power gum on it? You could probably order power gum from it. So that'd be a good option though. The Echo Show, look into it. It's really cool. What I did is a little sound system downstairs, because if you buy like a nice sound system, it can cost you like a lot, right? Get like a Sennheiser or a Bose or something. You can get this Echo Show and a couple of the new generation Echo Dots, or the mid-range one, either way, and you could just link them up all together, and it's like literally better than a sound system. Each one has its own functionality. You can position them all around the house. Been loving it. I love the smart home stuff. You know, I feel like this. I don't know if this is sexist or like a generalization, but there's some truth in it. You know, like a lot of females, they like, you know, fashion and clothing, a lot of that stuff, right? I feel like for dudes, a lot of the time, it's the tech. The tech is what gets us, man. I love tech, and ever since the earliest part of my childhood, elementary school, I just like loved tech. Like a cool gadget or gizmo or like a new thing. It's like the coolest, like the best thing to spend money on. You know? As a computer scientist, I must recommend you never buy a home assistant or IoT devices. I would never put it on my own home. Why is that? Oh, is it a massive security risk for your home and a massive privacy risk? It's possible. I thought about it. Yeah, I thought about it, but I was kind of just like, I mean, I don't know. It's worth the risk in my mind. The value, the quality of life and value add that that it offers is worth the risk. Love me a gizmo. Tech is awesome. Oh yeah. All the smart home devices. I feel like we're living in the future, boys. Wireless charging, Discord. Just the whole state of the internet was just LTE and just fiber internet, and they got that Starlink coming out. Electric cars are catching on. Hey, what's up, Blue Tang? I'm doing hardcore. Are you AoE leveling with this Pally or too risky? I tried the AoE level on hardcore before. It's okay, you can do it, but it's kind of just underwhelming. I think your best bet is just to go red the whole way up, man. You're just missing like shield spike and some pretty important stuff. Shield spike is probably the biggest thing you're missing. Yo, thank you, man. Yo, Warriston with the tier 1, man. Thank you very much, bro. Again, I hope all's going well with you, man. You'd have to surrender your cell phone to keep your privacy. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I feel like the cat's out of the bag with our privacy already, though. You know? We're all using these devices that are connected to the internet. There's CCTV cameras everywhere. There's already, like, full transparency into, like, everything. At least that's kind of, like, how I've been thinking about it. Like, there's eyes on you, man, whether you like it or not. But, yeah. I enjoy the tech. Smart home devices can be tracked, hacked really easily, and hackers can use them to open your house, spy on you, watch you with camera. Interesting. I'll look into it a bit more. I'll look into it. Definitely want to be in the loop with that stuff. What is being said about smart home devices is incredibly true. They have incredibly weak security firmware. Yeah, I could see it, but you just always have to think, what is the worst thing they could do, you know? And you would think about everything, you know, fraud, all types of fraud, financial, everything like that, and try to take measures to safeguard yourself. At the end of the day, someone's gonna have to show up at your house, and you know, you're either gonna be prepared for them or not. At the very least, never get any smart home device that controls your door locks, garage door windows. True. I could see that. Unless you're home all the time playing WoW, you know.
Hello.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing too with privacy and security. Everything is pretty unsecure though. You guys notice that? Like even our, you know, there's so many houses that just have massive glass windows, or like you could break into like any house, man. It doesn't matter about a lock, dude. What is a lock gonna do? A lock's gonna do nothing, bro. Man, If you wanted to break into a house, you're gonna do it. But you're just gonna have to face the consequences later, you know? You just gotta try to be good to people, try not to make enemies. If somebody's gonna fuck with you, they're gonna fuck with you, man. It's like, there's no lock that's gonna keep them out. Are you sitting? Where's your stuff? I don't have much stuff, man. It's a new house for us. Feels weird that people are not playing Warlock too much since it's probably one of the easiest to level as hardcore. Yeah, I know. And they're so good in MC and they're so powerful in SOM. Definitely could use some more Warlocks, guys. Only good home defense is a dog. That's kind of big facts. And it's mainly because you can't coerce dogs. Like, yeah, I guess you can with treats, right? If you're a burglar and you came in, you literally, the dog's barking at you like crazy and you like no cap pulled out like a freaking like Wagyu steak and dropped it on the floor. Pretty sure that dog's just gonna eat the Wagyu steak and stop barking. But I don't know, maybe not if it's like all fired up or something. You know, then you can't you can point a gun at a dog, somebody's not gonna do anything. Doesn't even understand it. Oh, work with my dog. You stream full time now? It's complicated,
How
bro.
may I help?
It's
Del
complicated.
Nadras.
Dogs are a bit of a miss. Lots of time. Home invaders just let them out or feed them. Yeah. No, I feel you. My whole thing with dogs is I think they work way better and they're pack animals, right? So I really do believe that you should get 2 dogs, not just 1. Like, they feed off each other and they together will make better decisions. If a dog is by itself, it would really take such a badass Chad dog to like double down, you know, on an intruder or something if they're coming in and they offer it a treat. Yeah. What's your plate? I'm not sure. It's like 2 days something. 14 string. All right. Sounds like this, the volume, the sound isn't too messed up for people. If it is, I can just come back later. My dog would eat the treat, then fuck you up for more. Turn it in. Search for knowledge. Where is this? Search for knowledge. I have that quest? I don't. Okay. Click on one of the green books on the ground. 1900 yards. Oh, it's got to be in Ruthven. Okay. Yo, what's up, G Money? Good to see you, bro. How do you feel about all these whack reefers? Yeah, I really do think they're really miserable, man. They're miserable, and it kind of makes you lose a little bit of faith in humanity when you see people doing that. I got no empathy in my heart for him, man, honestly. 0, bro. I feel 0% sorry for him. If I could put hands on him myself, I would, but, you know, it's just not possible. Okay, touch a green book. Anybody know this quest? Must have done this with Grace. I don't understand it all. People are so weird. I know, man. This? Maybe I need a pre-quest or something. I think I do. Missing pre-quest in search of knowledge. Okay. That's probably why I can't click on it. Hearth back to Feralus. Okay. Yeah, they're still doing weird stuff, Toko. Apply to tenors.
Shnu Allah, be careful. May the stars guide.
Dwarves are the keepers of the mountains and its treasure, but the elves are the ancient forest dwellers. Both are equally awesome. Yeah, big true. I mean, the movie that made elves look the coolest was Lord of the Rings. Right? I've never seen a game or a fantasy world make elves look as cool as they do in Lord of the Rings. Just their cool, like elegant looking armor, the fact that they're all so proficient with bows, the dope ass looking shields, like the long, like they're like kind of sort of like feminine, like slim physiques and all that, but like it was part of like their vibe, you know, like that was, you know, they kind of made up for it with like finesse and agility and all that. They look so cool. I just still remember that like scene with you know, the battle for Helm's Deep in Lord of the Rings, where they show up as like reinforcements all like robed up, their hoods on, they're marching in to like reinforce the human stronghold. That was so sick. Yeah, the Elven City, the cool architecture, as evidenced by the thousands of Night Elf hunters named some form of Legolas. Night Elves in Warcraft 3 squads blending with shadows, very cool. True. Yeah, it definitely wasn't like corny or anything like that. What's an example of an IP or a movie where the elves did look like really really unappealing, or they were just way too I don't know the term, man. I'm trying to think now. There's no elves in like Warhammer or anything. Warhammer would have made elves look cool if they had them. Elder Scrolls? Yeah, you might be right. Elder Scrolls? How was it the Griever's fault that Blizzard allows Terramis to leave Zone or MC Caps PvP? It's just mean-spirited. I mean, yeah, Blizzard should fix it, and they will, but they're slow to act. But I just don't understand the mindset, the mentality of trying to just make other people sad or inflict. You must take a certain type of person to just feel compelled and to get off with putting other people down. And you could probably get off putting other people down if you're like warring with them, right? And it's like you're fighting with them in some kind of like. But just innocent people just going about their day, going about their business, living their life, just trying to get a little fun on the side outside of their jobs or whatever, and you're just there spending your time trying to make them sad. Harry Potter elves versus Lord of the Rings elves? Yo, did Harry Potter have elves though? You're talking about the house elves, right? Or was that a goblin, like Dobby? That wasn't an elf, right? And it's been a minute since Harry Potter. House elves. Yeah, true. But they still weren't that bad. Dobby was kind of a badass. Aren't they like secretly strong in Harry Potter too? They're like stripped of their magical abilities or something, right? They're actually like really powerful, I think. The Witcher elves? Yeah, true. Yeah, they're a bit underwhelming for sure. They do that because they're suffering in life and grieving is a way for them to be noticed and or recognized. Just can't relate, dude. Just cannot relate whatsoever. Holy shit, Cargos, I was raiding Mythic and forgot your stream was open. I've been feeling like I was going crazy for 3 hours. How is it over on retail? Have you guys noticed that? Retail has had a big resurgence of players. It's the majority of the WoW category again, I think. 9.2 is out. New patch dropped. Gotcha. How is it? Anybody playing it? Is this the one that returns WoW back to its glory days? I saw Ompi and Ironforge. He has Iron Foe. Ompi got Iron Foe? No shot. Yo, that's sick, man. But I wonder how good Iron Foe is. Last time I heard in Classic, people were... It was the best thing on private servers. On private servers, you needed Iron Foe, and that was like your first major rite of passage as a tank. You would just spam BRD all day and night until you got Iron Foe. And then apparently it wasn't that good on Classic. But maybe in Hardcore, because we are so limited on gear, maybe it is good. Thing is, I think it's kind of slow, right? You got Crusader. That is badass. That's got to be one of the coolest weapons in the game, man. Oh, man, that's so cool. What happened to your room with the collectibles? I moved, young Stank. That's why I like haven't had cam on recently for a while. I was in the process of moving, and I had this great plan of like building another man cave and making it look all sick, but Flurry Axe is better. Are you healing as Deep Ret? I'm Deep Ret right now, but I'm gonna go Prot when I'm 60 and then essentially be holy for the raid.
Talk to me! Hurry back! Keep it real!
Will you raid on your Hunter or your Pally? I'm gonna raid on the Pally if I can get a slot.
Hey! Very good. Greetings. Very well then.
Turn the bar. Oh, I didn't have this quest. Click on the Egomatic. Nice. 48. Love to see it. Yo, I could get Sanctity Aura just to like have fun with the game again. I'll just try Sank Aura. Fuck it. You got some echo? Yeah, my headset's died. Is it bad now? What brought about the change to Pally over abundance of hunters? I leveled Hunter. Okay, the echo's gonna be really bad, I can tell with that. It's just the voices. Yo, thank you very much for the sub. Good looking Dana. Only NPC voices come through. Okay. I can just turn off sound when I talk to an NPC. Thank you for the prime, Dana. But, I was really enjoying Hunter, man. I don't know why. I just felt like we needed somebody to... Rock Gizzard. Plus he doesn't say I get a Gizzard from this, but I'm pretty sure I do. Let's try out Sanctity Aura, man. Don't think it's gonna be better, but... we needed somebody to safeguard all of our recipes, and for the whole group to have confidence that the person's not going to die, you know, instead of spamming dungeons. So I just volunteered. So my Hunter has Titans on him, Supreme Power. He has all the GFPPs. He has 150 GFPPs right now, or 140 or something, and a lot of other epic BOEs and stuff. So that way, you know, we know, and everybody in the project knows that that stuff is safe. That my Hunter will not leave the city, and we will have those stuff. And I'm happy to level up another guy. I got there pretty quick on the Hunter. It just sucks. I'm probably gonna miss the MC on Saturday. Way she goes. Yo, Simon, thank you very much for that Prime, bro. 2 months of support. Love to see it. Thank you, man. Welcome back. What weapon are you using? Not the best, but there's really slim pickings here on the Alliance. 45 plus, you're pretty much just relegated to using Bonebiter all the way up, unless you get a drop from a dungeon. I tested Bonebiter against Diabolic Skiver. It appeared in my scuffed little small brain testing that this was killing stuff faster than Bonebiter, so I ended up just using this. MC. Yeah, it's gonna be a just a trash run though. Just a trash farm, and then we're gonna probably every Saturday from here on out raid together in some capacity. Just find something to do. Move around together as a raid. Build some synergy. Build some confidence. You know, it's gonna feel like when the time comes and we actually go into MC, we're gonna hopefully feel like we're not just a complete fresh group of strangers, right? We've been there week after week, playing with each other in some capacity. Maybe we just walk around, farm echoes, go to the Twilight and Silithus and do that whole rep farm together. Yeah, I think the trash respawns pretty quick in MC too, right? When we were doing that beta run, I feel like they expedited the rate in which everything respawned. So what we could do is we just clear out all the trash and then go do something else for a second and come back and clear it again. Maybe clear it 2-3 times over the course of 4 hours. 3. I don't know if we'll be able to get people to stick around for 4. Maybe 3. Hell yeah. Echo farming with even partial raid would be wild. Yup. Be super, super good use of time. We can reset after like 15 minutes. Oh, gotcha. Yo, I never did that really. Resetting the raid just like a dungeon, because you didn't kill any bosses, right? Oh, interesting. So we could just farm trash indefinitely the whole time?
Glad I could help.
Sorry about the echo. Okay, that's pretty wild. That's actually amazing news. So we can get tons of tier 1 then. As long as no bosses. Yo, that's amazing news. So we actually could just sit there for 3 hours straight, just farm trash the whole time. That's nice. Yeah, still echo. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm not doing anything too crazy. I might just wrap it up. I'll hang in there for another 15 minutes and then we'll make 3 hours and then I'll wrap it up for today. Best of luck on Saturday. Thanks, bro. I mean, I probably won't be there. My pally probably won't be there in time. We'll see. How the fuck do you have a 60 and a 48? My tune's only 45 as a multi-lifer? Ah, it's all good, man. But it's different amounts of time to play. Should be able to reset every 12 minutes. Yeah, but usually people just are safe because we've all scuffed it resetting on the 12-minute mark. You just wait till 15. You'll be good. Running MC to just clear trash over and over seems very out of the spirit of hardcore. But how though? What's the... Well, I do get a lot of feedback from sometimes people saying stuff is out of the spirit of hardcore. What is the spirit of hardcore? I don't know if anyone knows. It's an evolution. You know, we're all defining that spirit together as a community. You know, it's like a new community game mode. We're taking our first steps experiencing endgame content. To me, what's out of the spirit of hardcore is like boosting, multi-boxing, being able to take massive shortcuts in the game by getting, like, you know, funneled a bunch of gear, like from a higher level character, or against the spirit would be multiple lives, obviously. I mean, that's just an obvious one. I don't know if solo self-found. I don't know if I'm gonna die on that hill chilling for solo self-found. It is really nice. Solo self-found is really nice, and it actually does assure that you're not boosted and all that in terms of gear. So I guess it's pretty damn important, huh? At least in the leveling side of things. Yeah, but like that doesn't really enter my mind, you know? Like we're doing something like super, like we're doing something genuinely extremely like challenging that we've never done before. We're taking like sufficient risk, you know, we're biting off sufficient risk. We decided not to PTR together to preserve the feeling of it. I don't think we're taking the easy way out at all. Without Soul Self-Found, isn't it just Soul of Iron? Yeah, in many ways, yeah. I mean, Soul of Iron, though, man, doesn't have the delete aspect. That is an important aspect, dude. I really do believe if it wasn't for death equals delete and all the stream titles and the word of mouth and all of that, and if that genuine feeling of fear wasn't there in your belly, like of you're about to die when a character, the clips wouldn't be as good, wouldn't be as fun to play, wouldn't be as fun to watch. It is really important, man. And you know, Soul of Iron, you don't delete. What the fuck is Soul of Self-Found? It means that while you're leveling, like all your gear you have to obtain yourself. You know, you can't just have it funneled from a high level character or use the auction house or whatever. You have to go out there and scavenge from the world. Scavenge from the sandbox. PTR would be scummy as fuck. Yeah, that's kind of what we agreed on when we talked about it. I still do think, though, like, dying is very short-sighted. Not even content. Dying is, like, bad for the whole community project. Dying in some underwhelming way, you know? I would say dying is bad content. It's not even that. I do kind of believe that hardcore servers hang in the balance, you know? If you do a good job with this and can actually kill rag and do all this, I think it really would open up a lot of doors and you might be able to get like a real hardcore server. So it's not even about the content. Like if we just die in some underwhelming way, you know, hardcore servers could potentially hang in the balance. Right? So it's like we die, make a sick death clip, it's epic, everybody kick W's being spammed in the chat, all that. But then where are we? You know? And if you're respecting everybody's time like crazy and trying to, you know, do everything in the most high quality way possible, you know, part of me wants to do PTR. If it was literally just, if this wasn't a streamed thing and it was just like me and the boys doing this amongst ourselves, you already know, man, I'd be wanting to do PTR. But, you know, it is a public thing and people are watching and that is a factor. So, yeah, we're not doing PTR though, we were just talking about it. A full wipe in MC would be the highest viewed video of the whole project. Yeah, I mean, no, it definitely would be, 100%. How do you do the Shadowforge key? You don't actually need it. You can blow the door open with the C4ium charge, you can lockpick it. You don't actually need the key. Sorry if this has been asked a million times, but is there a plan for the griefers? The quick TLDR of it is Blizzard was very slow to act. It was kind of disappointing to see in many ways, to be honest. But they are acting. They're starting to ban them. They have communicated that they do believe that that griefing is 100% across that line in the sand is really, really bad. They're on the same page. They're trying to implement fixes for MC, for the mind control cap as well as the universal remote, but like it's kind of a tricky thing to fix because Classic was always that way. And so we just have to hang in there as a community, you know, and I'm glad we have this appeal process, and that is one of the strengths of our community. You know, like, people almost make it seem like on Reddit and stuff that like we get off on it, like, oh, look at all this power to appeal death clips. It's really not, man. It's purely traumatizing, man. Having to like say no to people on the daily and like review these death clips, like all these mods, like no one's really making money or anything from this. Like, it's purely just work, you know, and it's not even that scalable. Our system of reviewing these death clips, man, there's nothing. Zero of the mods get off on accepting or denying a death clip or an appeal or something. Like, it's all like hot potato. Like, people are just trying not to touch it, but they just take the L every now and again and do it. So But we just have to hang in there, report them, try to like impact the server in a way where like nobody on the server thinks that shit is cool, and just wait for Blizzard to hook it up, man. Potentially unpopular opinion. I missed those streams when you were pounding out leveling with Grace. Cargos, enjoyed this more chill leveling vibe streams. Glad you and Grace made it, but also glad to see these streams back. Keep grinding. Oh, yeah, no. I mean, it's a super polite opinion, man. I appreciate it. I've been in kind of a... I haven't been in a very like conversational mindset recently. Like, been wanting to do streams where we just talk back and forth with the chat. Just largely because I didn't feel like I had a whole lot to say. So I just feel awkward doing these streams when I'm in that mindset. But it's starting to come back. I'm starting to feel the itch to just do normal streams again. Just talk with you guys. Just do normal streamers. Just, you know, normal streamer stuff. How hard would it be to ban those 4 guys cutting Daramis? Yeah, and for the record, I do think like the Teramis kiting, like we could live with that. We did live with that, you know. We didn't really cry wolf or anything during Classic era when like Volfer and all those people were kiting Teramis. It's really like the kiting Teramis is a lot different from like the MCP and the Universal Remote and stuff, you know. I still don't like the Teramis stuff though, right? And I think, you know, on a PvE server with Soul of Iron, that's a mechanic Blizzard did choose to implement themselves. You know, it would be nice to discourage that on PvE servers. But yeah. Yo, I remember that Pally Grills, yep. Griefing HC is some of the most loser shit I've ever heard. Yep. Yep. Going to a PvE server to grief people doing a solo challenge, just leveling out in the open world. Trying to challenge themselves and just leveled 60 with 1 life. Even if there were official HC servers, do you think server lifecycle starts and ends at MC? Given Veil mechanics? The Veil one is a very like easy explanation. You can just press your Hearthstone when you have that thing that's going to kill you, and you'll just hearth out and the debuff goes away. But Veil would be hard for other reasons, right? And I've heard Parla comment on this in the past, where it's just going to be really hard for everybody to behave and on the first try, on the first time, get it right, because it can go from 0 to 100 really quick on Veil. Like, you can just be fine and then everyone dead in like a few seconds of something going wrong. So with that respect, Veil could be super hard, but that mechanic shouldn't be too bad. Yo, what up, Tactics? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you, man. Heading up there, bro. Feeling the FOMO, though, for sure, man. I fucking hate these levels, Tactics. 45 to 50 on Pally. Worst stretch of levels on any class. I actually have a 49 Pally that's just in the Shadow Zone on Era. I never finished off. I'm just putting one foot in front of the other, man. Thread is a big issue on Veil, yeah. Did you use ZF yet? I did, yeah. Only one. I'm missing Mar. I did Ulda and ZF. I did it with that. It was actually really fun. Tactics. I did Ulda and ZF with Desi Heat and Jerome. It just randomly came together. I do have a couple points in Spiritual Focus now, so I can start using Concentration Aura. After 50 it's going to be okay? Yeah, I think after 50 it just gets better. Your whole mindset changes at 50. Like, you do feel like you're in kind of the home stretch, you know? You're like starting to get into the Plague Lands and stuff, which is comfy as a Pally. Yeah, 58 to 60 goes by and you're in Fellwoods, you get Songflower, you know? You're in Ajara, you're in those zones that you can kind of like taste the end game just a little bit. In the 50s, and it just all goes by faster. Yo, take care, J-Mode. See you later, man. Imagine downing Raggy with style in R2R. What then, Oni? Yeah. Yeah. There's a couple of us that, a good amount of us probably. I think like half of us would want to stick around and just keep the hardcore stuff going, man. It's great. I said at the beginning of the stream, it's nice to know that when you see somebody in gear, in endgame gear, in hardcore at 60, I feel like you actually have a lot of respect for them as a player. You know that they went through a lot and you can expect a certain quality from them and like a certain amount of game knowledge from them. And it's kind of nice, you know? Like you see someone you know they really didn't get like boosted or anything or carried through. They worked hard for the character. They know their class. Like, you know, that was the thing back in the day. People liked epic gear because it felt like it meant something. I mean, in 2021, we know it's not such a big deal, and not even all the epics are good. You know, there's plenty of greens and blues that are bis, but I enjoy it. There can be a roster sign up for Saturday. So I have to do a working session with some of the big brains and get their thoughts on what they want to do for a comp. I don't know if it's going to matter all that much since we are just doing trash. And the stuff that we're farming is BOE, so we can distribute it in the best way possible, regardless of who's on the roster. So I don't know, we're still a few conversations away from being able to put a roster together. I'm so glad you're streaming right now. My whole company has been down since around 11 a.m. Thanks for filling the void. Hey, no problem, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream, bro. You need that epic axe? Oh, dude, that would lift my spirits, man. If a Kang the Decapitator dropped and it fixed my big weapon progression pain points, I might just 24-hour stream to 60, man, I swear. Oh, thanks, Henry. When does a fantasy draft end? I think I might have a shot at winning, actually. No way, really? It ends tonight. Yeah, take care, Sean. To be honest, mechanically WoW is easy, even hardcore. The true difficulty is coordinating 40 people and making sure they're bringing what they need to. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. When it comes to like multi-life play, stuff is pretty easy, and then you're kind of like more into that mastery side of things where it's like speed running, and you still extract a lot of enjoyment from the game. It's, you know, an incredibly rich game world that you can play in, but you're kind of doing more speedrun stuff and applying more difficulty there. With hardcore, though, it's just so different, man. The stuff is it's just different when you can't allow deaths. It actually becomes hard. How's the little girl? Oh, she's doing great, man. She's getting both cuter and sweeter with each passing day. She went through a couple weeks of being really fussy and give my wife a hard time lately, but like just really fussy. Couldn't really get a lot of sleep. Kind of just always seemed like she was crying. And we're just kind of like hanging in there, right? But past week or so, she's been really like just always smiling and laughing and being very vocal too. You should mess with Stino about his appealable death. I don't need to, man. You guys are letting him have it. I mean, that's an unintended consequence or side effect of this event. I underestimated how much people would value the buff. I value the buff a lot too. I feel you, bro. If I lost this buff, it really would suck, and I probably would delete and go again. Yep. I don't think... And I feel like it's almost fucked up to say this, because that's the whole rules that we all made together, you know? But if I died, even to a DC,
Brilliant!
I don't know if I could just live without this buff now. And I feel like if I died to a grief, I would try to just live without the buff. Just out of principle, you know, to give the griefers nothing, but it would suck, man. There's no way around it. It's... You just wouldn't feel real, man. That's what I'm saying, though. Why in some ways the Soul of Iron buff kind of hurt our community. I'm still profoundly appreciative, honestly. But I'm sure some of you feel me now, like... Because before the Soul of Iron buff was here, you'd probably have no problem. There'd be no way to distinguish whether or not you died before. You know, you might have an appealable death or something under your death due to a DC or something. But now, with the inclusion of the Soul of Iron buff, all those appeals and that whole rule set and system that we built up over the years is feeling pretty antiquated in some regards. But still necessary. I mean, mainly due to the griefing protection type of thing, not even the DC type of thing. Just never get the buff. That's what I'm saying. I died to DC and lost the buff and I had to reroll because of the buff. Yeah, I know. I mean, you're just being honest. I know, man. I feel you. Yo, see you later, Brad. You're at 800 points for the fantasy team? That seems like a hell of a lot. Yeah, we're gonna announce the winners hopefully tomorrow. Now we can get all the info together. Imagine hardcore Mythic Plus raids. It makes you wonder, I mean, if any of the retail people look at this and want hardcore in retail as well. I just think One Life WoW in general is so cool, man. It adds circulation. It adds a reason to go back to the starting zone. It adds a protection against griefers and stuff too. Like if you were playing on a real hardcore One Life server, you know, like someone's trying to grief you, just fucking get them killed, man. You finesse them back and get them killed, and they're back to the freaking Cold Ridge. You know, it just makes the game so much harder and better in a lot of respects. Now I'm still gonna have multi-life tunes in the future, just because I do enjoy PvP and WoW. It's also really fun, and someday I'll want to play Arena again. And I think I was thinking the other day how fun it would be to like level up with Grays on a PvP server, and he's learning Druid and I'm Locke or something, and we're just fucking shit up. But that might be one of those things where the expectation is up here and the reality is just way down here. Because once you start playing on a PvP server and the dust is settled and people are raiding, I mean, people just gang up on each other. People have way better gear. You know, also, raiding takes a lot out of you. So by the time you're done with raiding, you kind of don't even want to play anymore. You just want to relax and do something else. You know, so you don't want to spend, like, you'd have to be pretty damn motivated to raid. Maybe do some, especially if you're doing like splits or something, you just go raid, then spend the whole next day world PvPing or something, you know? You'd probably just have the mentality of, oh, I gotta get consumes for the next raid. But fresh PvP server, that first little honeymoon period of like a week or two while people are leveling up, that is super fun, 100%. It feels even, it feels fair. It feels like a meritocracy, like you grind hard, you sweat, and you're able to get ahead and protect yourself and do all that. That's what I'm saying. I think it'd be cool to have a really short life cycle WoW server too, where it's just like a constant rolling fresh. And it'd be a PvP server. How are the streamers selected? I have a couple that never even play. Yeah. We sent out a big survey questionnaire thing, and it asked people, like, how many hours do you intend to stream? You know, are you going to play in the event, like, seriously? You know, what class you're going to play? People filled them out, and we just kind of took them for their word off based on the results of the survey thing we sent out. Curious on your thoughts. What are your thoughts on people just pulling the Ethernet cable when something gets sticky? Do DC appeals in questionable combat situations not count? It's interesting because your first thought isn't to just yank the Ethernet cable out. It's more obvious than you think if somebody is trying to do that. Because if you're going to pull the Ethernet cable out, it's going to be when you have exhausted everything and you know you're on the wrong side of the math, and you just try to Alt F4 or cover it up at that point. But like your natural thought as you're playing is to try to just run away and disengage and like survive, and you're just like running away. It hasn't really come up really much at all throughout the years, and even if somebody did do that, right, and they yank the Ethernet cable out, still nobody gets hurt. Sure, they get 60, verified 60, you know, nobody's getting hurt. Like, they still, you know, they just cheated themselves essentially. You know, that's always how it's been. Now, for the first time, with something to actually do at 60 at Endgame, you know, you could see a world where somebody does get hurt indirectly, where they lose a raid slot because somebody cheated their way up to 60 or whatever. But it hasn't been too much of an issue. I can only think of like 1 or 2 instances where it was really sus. Do BG deaths count? It's been an evolution, man. Like, we originally had BGs in because we thought, man, it'd be a shame to just, people wanted to just be able to do BGs. You know, just why cut that whole part of the content out of the game. But then the meta became like using an AFK macro, and people were like, that's against TOS, you can get banned for that, you're not really contributing to the BG, you kind of blah blah blah, you're interfacing with multi-lifers. And enough feedback was given over time that people were kind of just all on the same page at a certain point, saying like, alright, let's just get rid of BGs, you know. If people want to open world PvP, do Urashi Arena, Godspeed. But, you know, interfacing with multi-lifers in a BG and essentially AFKing out with a macro at the first sign of danger, it's kind of scuffed. How many tunes do you have at 60? I don't even know, man. In era and everything included, on SOM I only have 1. This is my second guy. Yo, what's up, Outback? I think you only get a peel for DC if it's obvious you would survive if you didn't DC. Yeah. I think people's conscience like would weigh on them a lot more than you would think, too. You know, you never know who's watching you. You're out in this open world. Anybody could be looking over and seeing you, reporting you. And I think that is like the mentality we've had in the past. Like, you know, if you cheated hardcore and you just... What does that say about you, man? That's actually so scuffed, man. Like, you would get the big... Just have an entire community, like, disappointed in you, and, you know, yeah, it's just not worth it, you know, to try to cheat. Just go again, man. It's fine. Favorite Warhammer faction? When I played Warhammer, I played the Orcs. I played 40k. My buddy Max played Space Marine. My buddy Alejandro played Taos. My buddy Chris played Chaos Knight. My buddy Jim played the Zerg one. I forgot the name of it. Tyranids, I think they were called. But yeah, such good times, man. Legendary times, like S-tier times in my mind. We would just go to school. You know, we were always doing stuff after school, like some kind of nerdy hobby. Man, those were the days, man. And we would go to get a ride. When we went through the Warhammer arc when we were kids, you know, I think we were in late middle school, early high school. And we would get a ride over to the Palisades Mall, right by the Tappan Zee Bridge, like near kind of New Jersey, I think. We get a ride over there, get dropped off at a minivan for a couple hours, go to Games Workshop, buy like one Warhammer piece because they're so ungodly expensive for some unknown reason. Like buy like a couple. Get some food at the food court. You know, probably talk about WoW or some shit. Go back to someone's house. Go prime all the pieces, spray it with the black spray paint, put them on newspapers outside. let them dry, and then the fun part start, right? You bring them inside, you have all the paints laid out. Just painting them just for hours and hours. One day in the future, you'll look back on this time and refer to it, those were the days. Yep. I think I'm getting slightly better though, man, with like acknowledging that that's how it's gonna be. And like I do think that's one of my few strong points as a human right now. I do appreciate each day. I really try to. Like a couple times per day I have like a little mini existential crisis and I'm like, yo, I'm not dead right now. You know? My family's still pretty much like alive and well, dude. Like, still in the first like third-ish of my life, man. Like, this is pretty sick. Like, let's try to enjoy it. And in the past, I definitely didn't do that, so. Did you play the WoW TCG? I did. Yeah, I did play it. It was actually good too, man. I loved it. I freaking loved it, bro. It had like planeswalkers essentially in it. That's how it kind of was comparing it to Magic. It came out during high school, the TCG, and I had a lot of the rewards as well. I bought boxes. You know how like in Magic you would buy boxes and it would have like 40 boosters in it? I had that like Magic mentality. I think we were coming out the back from the Kamigawa block for Magic. And we had that like Magic mentality. And I remember ordering some boxes of it. And putting together some decks and playing it just like we would play Magic. You know, me and my buddy Max, we played a ton of matches against each other. But he was my only... I only really had one opponent I played against when it came to the WoW TCG. It was just my buddy Max who like played it. But we played a ton. It was a lot of fun. No, I wasn't a Marine. Still got your Iron Soul buff IRL, yo. Does your wife do? She works in finance, like commercial real estate, dealing with like hotels and like developers that are building stuff for business purposes. She works for a bank though. No, I was not. Is the farm still a thing? It is still a thing. But my parents have kind of taken it over. I've like basically doing a joint venture with them, so they're taking over the property and building it out a bit more. Farm thing never really worked out for wife and I. We had, it was like the type of thing where our appetite was bigger than our hunger, or whatever the expression is. You know, we thought we were gonna plant all this stuff, do all this stuff. We ended up just being too busy, having so much stuff on our plate that we'd get out there and just want to chill for like the weekend and not really want to like go and freaking like plant lavender and do all this insane like intensive labor and stuff. And it just we might sell it. We might sell it in a couple years or something. Bit off more than you can chew, exactly. That was the whole like, that was the whole lesson learned with this whole last chapter of life, the last couple years. You have to overextend before you know what you can handle and what you want and what you don't want. And I think with like our starter home, we made lots of mistakes, lots of errors, lots of mishaps, tried to do a lot of things ourselves, realized the value in contractors. Misplay here, misplay there. Had the gardening arc. Had the chickens arc, which is still going on. And many others. You know, bought the farm, did a lot, and then now kind of onto that next arc where it's like the minimalist, like as little moving pieces as possible in life, like low maintenance, just like, because in the last arc, you know, we were craving getting away from the city. We moved out of New York City to try to get, you know, greener pastures, have some land, do all this. Now we're like on the rebound city arc. You know, wifey wants to buy like a condo in New York where, you know, not cooking as much, not doing gardening as much. Like homesteading is far out of our minds these days, you know, like you have to go through these phases, you know, and kind of figure out what you want. Room's looking blank as hell. Yeah. Don't really have any furniture at the moment. Crazy. What up, man? Good to see you. IRL progression, yup. I'm sad I missed out on a serious golden age of games and card games when I was in high school, early college. I played sports, but played games when I could. Sometimes playing games with friends is what I remember the most. Telling you, man, you know that movie Stand By Me? They made about the 50s, and like it shows how like iconic it was and how they had a good time riding around on bikes, getting into trouble, you know, like getting dirty magazines and all that. Like we could have one for our generation, man. We had a colorful, cool childhood as well, man. If you think about all the cool stuff that came out, the little trends and they could totally do one for 90s babies. Yeah, 90s babies, man. They could totally do a movie on it. How old are you? I'm 30 at the moment. Jonah Hill made one. Are we close to the first rack attempt? Can you give us news status update? Yeah, we're doing really good, man. We have over 100 level 60s in the guild. We're way ahead of schedule on that. The reception has been really good. People have I've really done it, man. And we've cleared all the content so far. Ubers, Elbers, all of Dire Mall, Strat Skull, everything has been cleared. We have all the major recipes, or almost all of them. We're missing a couple. Flask of Distilled Wisdom and the Major Mana Pot one are really the only two ones left. And this Saturday is our first steps into MC. We're not killing any bosses, but we're going to try to build a little bit of synergy playing together for the first time, because we're all strangers from all different guilds and regions. Just testing the waters, going to go into MC, kill some trash, get some BOEs, get some tier 1. Build a little bit of confidence in ourselves. Try to set up like a bit of a chain of command as far as like a loot council type thing would go. And I usually hate loot council, you guys know me, but you know, in this situation there's never been a stronger case for loot council to raise one life, and everything has to be delicately distributed, as well as like raid lead and all that stuff. So it's going well. Yo, zombie, I'm glad you, man. Welcome back. What are the chances there'll be some idiot? I highly, highly doubt it, man. I highly, highly doubt it. You never know. Never say never. But people know each other in the guild right now. People have their eyes and ears to the ground. They have to know each other if they want to survive. If they're going to do a dungeon in Elbers and Ubers, they're not going to do it unless they have confidence in the people they're running with. So people are keeping their eyes open and noticing who's dinging 60, who's good, who's bad, who's... And there really hasn't been anybody bad so far. I doubt it's going to happen, but if it does, we will have a plan in place to escape. And worst case scenario, we might lose a few 60s as a result of a troll or something like that, right? But this show will go on, man. Is Static's part of the road to Rag? Dude, I wish he was. He's done so much for the community. He's been an absolute pillar, but unfortunately the timing of it, he's working on his PhD right now, doing big brain stuff, so he's got to prio that. But he's been rooting us on, man. He's been in all the chats. He's released some like hype videos, promo videos on his channels. Statics is the homie for real. Thoughts on Moonkin? Am I better off respecting the rest of 60? Yeah, you are. Or Pharaoh. Either one. Moonkin is still pretty rough. Except for PvP. That's its strong suite. World PvP. World PvP, they're legitimately A tier class. Maybe S tier class. Are druids S tier world PvP? I actually think they might be. Because the thing is, world PvP, you just don't die, you just run away. If you factor that in, they can just run away. And they're not really like heavily cooldown reliant with druids as well. They don't have any massive cooldowns other than like maybe like Innervate or something, but they just have this constant ebb and flow of just popping in and out of form, running away, regenning a bit. They're so good in PvP. They're decent at World PvP and Classic. Yo, what up, Blakatron? Good to see you. Yeah, that's a druid expert right there. Yeah, I've and you don't really run into them often, but if you do run into like one of those try-hard, sweaty PvP druids that like for some reason do want to World PvP like crazy, and they have all the goodies, they can make it look really sexy, dude. The plays you can make with Feral Charge, just all you gotta do, man, you just wear your enemies down. You just keep your Moonfire and Insect Swarm ticking, man. You just try to control them best you can with roots, pop it in and out of form. They're scary, dude. Good druid is so scary. They just outlast you. You can get a major mana potion from a vendor in Scholomance? I thought it was a drop. It's a vendor? I think it's a dropper. What weapon? I'm using this ZF polearm that dropped. With the ghost trinket on, you can just buy it from a vendor. Are you gonna do ST before level 60 on this tune? Yes, I'm down. Are you? You're up there, right, Blake? I'm down to do Mara or ST or any of the remaining dungeons at some point. The recipe is from the vendor. Oh, okay. That's amazing news, honestly. So major mana pot, we basically have it already. So we're just looking for Flask of Distilled Wisdom at this point. Then I think we have everything. Nice. Alright, boys. But I think I'm going to call it for now. Take a little break. I just wanted to check in with you guys for a couple hours. Stream. Let you know I'm alright. You know, there's been a meme going around saying that I died in the game and stuff. I'm still here. I'm still kicking. I'll be around. Maybe there's a chance of a night stream. Maybe tomorrow. I always say that. But thanks very much for everything, guys. Like, you know, supporting the hard community, supporting the event, watching everybody, just being good company. I appreciate it, guys. I'm gonna toss you over to Gray. Yo, say hi to Gray for me. Peace, boys. Yo, Lilima, thank you very much for that last minute Hail Mary Prime. I appreciate it, Lo.